Hey, g'day, aloha, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our first chapter of Hit Dice Heroes. We are super excited to get started. We have been absolutely blown away by everyone's support so far, freaking out a little bit. Didn't expect it to get this hyped, but we are really excited to share our adventure with you all. My name is Alana, I am your DM, and I'll be running you through this wonderful story in Wildemount. This is from the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, the D&D Sourcebook created by Matthew Mercer, and I should have the other writers here, James Hayek, Chris Lockie, and I'm forgetting the other one, but I'm sorry. But yes, wonderful source book. And obviously, if you're a fan of Critical Role, you'll be very familiar with the continent of Wildemount. And we are super excited to get started. But we're first going to introduce our players. So why don't we start with Nico? Why don't you go first?
Me first?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's all right. Hi everyone. My name's Nico. I make YouTube videos and stuff for Critical Role. You may have seen me around. I am super excited to share this story with everyone. Myself and a few other players here are eternal DMs, so it's nice to finally be able to be a player. So I'm really excited to have you all here and to experience this magical journey with us all.
Awesome. Great. Kiralee, you're up next.
Hello everybody, I'm Kiralee, or Sodawax on YouTube. I also make less good than Nico YouTube videos, but just out of my love for Critical Role. I am just super excited to see what it's like to play a character in D&D, because I haven't gotten to do that. And so this is almost one of my first times playing. So I'm really excited and super happy to have you all here. And let's settle in and have a great time.
Awesome. I'll just say, if you see the screen mucking around a little bit, that is just me fixing up one of the cameras. Full disclosure, might take a bit of technical work. This is our first time streaming, so bear with us as we get a handle on some of these things. But Maya, you're up next.
Hi everyone. I'm Maya. I'm at Critical Role Memes on Instagram. Crit Roll Memes on Twitter. You may or may not know me from memes, just the worst memes everywhere, but I'm very excited to play. I am one of the aforementioned Forever DMs, and I'm super excited to actually be able to play and share this all with you guys. Thank you so much for all the support already. This is so much, I'm so excited. This is so much fun.
This is very exciting. This is terrifying. Phil, you're up next.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Phil, also known as TP Burrow on YouTube. I'm the idiot that has to apologize to over 1 million people for using the wrong text in his video about Sam. So terribly sorry about that, but never mind. Hope you're going to enjoy this adventure as much as we do. These guys are lovely. We've been friends for a good 6 months now after we collaborated a number of critter projects that some of you may have seen. So hopefully we entertain you guys with a modicum of skill and whatever D&D brings to us. Just stop shaking your head. No,
skill. Skill is a strong term.
that is generous.
Yeah. If you've seen our Critical Role discussion podcast before, What the Sheet, professionalism and technical prowess is what we are known for.
Yep.
But on that note, I would just like to say, this is our first time streaming something like this. If there are any technical issues that you notice, if you think, I've seen some people saying that the volume was a little too low on some people, I've tried to adjust it. If there are any issues, I won't be watching the chat throughout the stream, but you can message our mod, that is Wayhamera. Terrible way to spell it, but if you just search Wayhamera in the chat, our mod will be able to, there he is there, will be able to get the message to me and I can fix up some of the sounds. So yeah, we are here for a fun time. So if things go a little bit wibbly, if things go a bit funny, please just bear with us. It's only going to get better, hopefully. Oh, it might get worse, guys. What if it gets worse? Oh no.
Life, baby.
It'll get a direction.
It'll go somewhere.
It might just plateau,
sure.
and this is as good as it gets. But yeah, no. So let me just think. Anything else to say? Yes. If you can't watch the whole stream, that is absolutely okay. It's kind of wibbly hours, especially like for Phil. It's getting a bit late over in Europe, so if you can't watch the whole stream, that is absolutely okay. It will still be available on Twitch for a little while, and we will be uploading it to our YouTube channel. So check that out there. There will be a few days after this stream, however. Just going through my notes, making sure we've got everything. Oh yes, at this point, we are scheduling it to be a fortnightly stream. That is just because, one, the world is crazy at the moment. Things are all kinds of hectic. Organizing times to play can be tricky, but also just to give us time to prepare and plan. And then hopefully as we progress and get a little bit more on board with it, we can maybe move to a weekly stream. But at this stage, it will be a fortnightly stream on this Saturday evening, Sunday morning. But yeah, we're just super thankful for all the support, and we are super excited to jump into it. Are we ready to jump in? Oh, actually, no. What am I doing? We're going to show you guys some character art. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, show us the art, baby. Let's go.
I was like...
Super quick.
Yes.
Just one last thing for clarity that I
Yes.
just thought of. I know we kind of mentioned it, but just so we're super clear, we are spread out across the world.
Oh, yes.
Like, I'm in Hawaii.
We should
Nico's
say where
in
we're from,
Chicago, you know, so we're
Yeah.
and then like Alana and Kiralee, they're in Australia. Phil's in Europe, so we're all kind of everywhere. So if anything's also kind of shaky, that might be part of the reason
Yes.
why. And also, just because I was a little bit unclear on this, because I'm a dumb American, fortnightly means bi-weekly, so every
gosh.
other week. Yeah. just to be extra clear, because I know some
Yes.
Americans don't know that.
Fortnite?
Isn't Fortnite a game?
Yes, this is now a
This is gonna
Fortnite channel.
happen
We
a
are...
lot. There's going to be a lot of regional translation.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Not sure...
I just learned what a spanner was. I didn't know what that was.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, me
Can
neither.
we reach hands across the world and like spread out? Like if I put my hand to
Where's-
my left,
where's-
no, it's to my
My hand's
right.
going to this left,
Or it
so-
would be for stream, so I would have to do like
Oh, dear.
First, wait,
We're
no,
already
Yeah,
off
that
the
way.
I
rails.
don't know if I'm doing this right.
where do I need to
I
have
feel like I'm
mine?
doing this
You're
wrong.
Oh no, this way.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You're
and then
fine.
down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
But yes, this
I
it,
don't know.
Yeah.
this entire
across the
stream
world.
is
Oh
running
my God.
on Australian NBN, Australian broadband, so anything could happen. If there's any Australians in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Anything could happen. But yes.
Yep.
Let's get to some character art. So I'm going to
Yeah.
transition, like
Give
the
us the
streamer
art.
I am, to this page.
Shout out to Rysaie.
Yes, shout out to
Yeah,
our
back-
fabulous
really quick.
artist. Oh, yep, no worries. Shout out to our fabulous artist,
Now's the time.
Rysaie Arts, Darcy. Thank you so much. I think she's in the chat at the moment, so give her some love if you see her. So she is at Rysaie Arts on Twitter and at Rysaie's_arts on Instagram. She's absolutely incredible. She did a fantastic job with these characters. So open to any kind of input and so quick too
So
with
good.
her work. We were absolutely blown
Yep.
away. And I think Kiralee, like you were saying, you've never had character art completed before. And it's something really special, I think, to get art of your character made.
So
It was literally
was-
like
it was-
magic. It was like a magic
Yeah.
spell. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
It was
I was
surreal.
so hyped.
Surreal.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to put Wehemara on the spot. If you could maybe link to Rysaie's Twitter and Instagram page in the chat. I will point out the mod is
Yes.
my brother and he is wonderful, so please be nice to him. But I'm putting him on the spot here.
Give him love.
If you're able to link to those in the chat, that would be excellent for us. But without further ado, I'm going to show some art in no particular order. Oh, I haven't transitioned to the screen yet. Yes, I have. I have transitioned to the screen. I'm a streamer now. I know what I'm doing. Excellent.
Mhm.
All right. First up, we have
Oh.
this interesting character. We're not going to say who's who yet. That will come up in the story, but this is just to show off a little bit of the art.
Gorgeous art.
Very
Hog
nice.
champ.
Oh my goodness, so beautiful.
So these guys only just saw this. We've been trying to keep things a little bit secret from each other. So these guys
I
actually
saw
don't
it like
know.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, these guys don't know who's playing what. They've seen the art, and obviously you guys have seen the silhouettes and everything. But yeah, we don't really know what's what at this point. I like a lot of people in the chat are guessing again, but yeah.
Yeah. What class do you think this character is?
This one got a lot of rogue guesses. Guessing about rogue
did, I
or
saw that.
monk.
Saw a couple monks, yeah.
Yeah. But
Very
Either way, I'm in love with them.
the hair is lovely. The
Yeah,
earrings.
that hair, those earrings, fuck me right up.
Yeah, so good.
God bless.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. All right.
Ooh, with a smirk, the cheekbones.
Yeah,
fuck it up.
yeah. Moving on, we have a second character. Ooh. Has it gone up? Yeah.
Ab, bro.
Maya, if you could rank them just on how much you would fuck them up, that'd be great.
10 out of 10 is the first one. 10 out of 10 is the second one.
Perfect. No,
I'm not shy.
The amount of work in this
Look
one,
at them
especially
abs.
on the tattoos on the arms. Let's see if I can get it even bigger. It's absolutely
The
incredible.
tooth necklace.
Yeah. The
I can't stop looking at the abs, folks.
the wonderful
The
doll.
scars. Oh, they've seen some shit. The doll.
I'm pretty basic, but I love the patched together coat. I just think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely incredible.
nice.
So yes, I think a lot of people guessed this one as halfling barbarian or dwarven barbarian. I think just kind of the nature made people think
It's kind of
barbarian.
like a Kenku to me. I don't know.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you
It's
mention
got
it,
some
yeah.
distinctive Kenku features.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we have. I should be playing a little bit of music as we do this. Ooh, that's another thing too.
Hear music. Is that bad?
This is the first time I will be playing music in a D&D game, so let me know how it goes, chat. But yes, this is our third contender? I don't know, player.
I love those
Character.
vines. Those vines.
Vines.
Another
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Fuck me right up. God bless. I want to
Nah,
hold
I
them.
love the kind of
cradle them in my arms.
Cradle them in my arms. They have sad eyes. I want to not make them sad.
Armor's cool. So good.
Yeah, love that whatever's on their back that made everyone think they were a turtle.
yes, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's totally a turtle." I'm like,
Definitely a turtle. Look at that shell.
Well, we got a lot of furbolg guesses as well,
Yeah.
which was interesting. But no, we have a happy little elf or a sad-looking little elf, and then finally we have, which I think what everyone guessed to be a turtle. Yes.
The jewelry, the necklaces,
10 out
scarf.
of 10. Fuck me up. God
the
bless.
eyes.
It's honestly
that jewelry,
incredible
love
the
that scarf.
detail on this
I
one.
know. I like there's like algae on the shell.
Yeah.
Algae or
look at
ferns or
that.
some growth that I'm in love with. God damn.
So cool.
Yeah.
There's algae on the strap of the
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, the bracelets.
Man.
Oh,
Another shout out to Rysaie for making this
Yeah.
look so
seriously.
Yeah.
damn good.
Yeah.
She has no right to be.
No. It's absolutely incredible.
Height differences.
That's it, yeah. Now you can see they are not that tall. They are not furbolgs.
No.
But yeah.
We're all... and Alana, what did you say the tallest person in our party
The tallest
was?
person, so the elf in the middle is 5'10". I think I worked it out
So
on
we're
average.
small.
On
We're
average,
small babies.
yeah, the average height is something like
That's
4.6 or 4'6" is the average height of the party.
Smaller targets.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Keep
True.
moving,
Yep.
duck low.
Duck and
Be fine.
crawl. Fuck yeah.
It's pretty
Yep.
insane.
The
I've just been,
BBs.
I've felt so blessed because I was in each of the chats that you had with Rysaie, and I was like watching it going. I was just like, oh man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much, Rysaie. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you, Rysaie.
In love.
Yeah, we're gonna put up some credits on our Twitch page. Not gonna do it now. After we stream, I'll put up some credits on the Twitch page. But I'm fairly certain Wehimara has been placing her links in the chat, so please go follow her if you are on any of those platforms. She is incredible. But yeah, we are going to transition back to this screen now. I'm going to turn that down a little bit.
We could just chat.
We could
just chat more
yeah.
about the art. though.
Should we just like
Yeah, we're just
Gosh.
chilling.
yeah
I'm
no
low-key in love with all these characters.
No, come on, let's go roll some dice and
I
do something.
think it is. I think it is time to start. I think it is time to start, guys. So,
Right.
I don't have any kind of intro card, so it's just going to be a hard cut to us starting. But yeah, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Ready.
Okay.
As we'll ever be.
Welcome to Wildemount. Or to be exact, welcome to the Menagerie Coast. A sprawling stretch of sun-kissed coastline that cradles the southwest boundary of the continent. The bustling port cities of the coast stretch from Nicodranus in the south to Port Damali in the north, with a plethora of villages and towns between them. Moving inland from the warm waters of the coast, you will find verdant farmlands and thick forests filled with all manner of being. The Gilded Roadway is the backbone of the coast. It's a highway that keeps these civilized towns and cities connected amongst the otherwise wild terrain. Travelling north from Port Damali, one might find themselves in the city of Tussoa, a vibrant trade city where logging and fishing reign supreme. Now, it's normally a quiet city, aside from the regular hustle and bustle of the working community, but this week is different. Word has recently reached the city that the conflict between the Dwendalian Empire of Western Wyandir, the country to the north of the coast, and the Kryn dynasty, the drow-led society of Eastern Wyandir, had come to an end. Although fairly inconsequential to the daily lives of those in Tussoa, the prospect of peace on the continent was always welcomed. This news only bolstered the spirits of the townsfolk, as in only a few days, the city would be hosting the Artisan's Faire, an annual celebration that would change location yearly along the coast. Here, various artisans would showcase their works in the town square. Woodworkers, instrument makers, cooks and tailors, anyone and everyone is welcome to showcase their goods. We begin our story these few short days before the fair in the city of Tussoa. The morning sun is high in the sky as two figures walk through town. A joyful commotion can be heard coming from the town centre, and eager to investigate, these two walk side by side in the direction of the noise. So, walking towards this noise, we have a not so tall elven figure and a equally not so tall turtle looking figure. So, Kiralee and Phil, would you like to describe your characters? We've obviously seen them there, but if you'd like to describe some aspects of your characters as they are walking through town towards the town square.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
just,
want to go first?
yeah, sure. I'm just basically a turtle person. I don't really feel the need to wear clothes because I'm a turtle person. So I just have like a bandolier with all my stuff on it and a bit like shaggy with moss, and got really wide eyes because this is like the most people I've ever seen, and yeah, I try and smile, but I'm a turtle person, so that just like looks a bit odd.
What do a turtle's teeth look like? Kiralee, what does your
I
turtle
don't
teeth look
think
like?
They have teeth. They have like a beak. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, they got a hunter beak wolf.
It's just a very gummy smile. It's like, oh no, that's got teeth.
She tries, and yeah, she's a bit sea turtley looking, I guess, and she's happy to have made a friend.
Yeah, so walking alongside, and what's your character's name?
Oh, Gima.
Gima. So walking alongside Gima is a not entirely disheveled, but a kind of rough and tumble looking elf to a sense. Phil, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, he's a man that clearly has either never had any consideration for or has completely given up on the world of fashion and has chosen to dress himself in whatever he finds on the road. His leather armor that he's wearing either was recycled from somebody who no longer needed it because of the grievous bodily wound that you can see in one of the chest plates. There's a few serious injuries that have occurred to the wearer of this armor, but it's not the man that you'll see here. He has repaired it with a number of grass vines and roots and leaves, so it's kind of interwoven with his tunic underneath that it looks like is very well worn. His face doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a very long time, and his hair doesn't look like it's been brushed in a very long time, and that he's got elements of grass which is starting to grow in his hair. He's carrying a large backpack with a shield on his back, and he's wearing this elements of the armor as well. The bits that he's repaired are also covered in bits of wood instead of metal. I described to Rysaie a kind of a Roman legionary effect, but instead of metal, wood. And this is what she came up with, and I was like, yes, that is exactly what I had in mind. Well done.
She absolutely nailed it. The skirt, yeah.
And he's kind of looking around, kind of a bit like his expression in his photograph. He's just like resigned, kind of
wandering through town.
Yep. Okay, fine. But every time he looks at his comrade Gima walking alongside him, he smiles a little bit, and he's like, "So, what are we doing here? Was this your idea to come here? There was a fair you talked about."
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of looking for, I don't know, adventure and people, and everybody's going to be at this fair. I think it's like a big party. Party's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you mentioned that before. Everybody? I don't think everybody's here. There isn't enough room for everybody.
I'm coming to terms with the concept that I may have misunderstood the concept of everybody being in one place, because obviously that farmer we met back, he's not coming. But
No.
lots of people, and like maybe there'll be music and dancing, and do you reckon I hope there are some turtles. I hope I'm not the only turtle. It's scary. People smile at me strangely.
I'd say like
people looking at us strangely.
Are there turtles?
No, you don't see any turtles immediately. But on your travels, you guys kind of met around Faire or just north of Faire. So along your travels, you would have come across other turtles. Generally, none in massive groups. Turtles generally don't congregate in large clans, so just the occasional lone turtle wandering through. You don't see any straight away. Tussoa, you see a lot of humans, half-elves, the occasional halfling, the occasional dwarf. But yeah.
But it sounds like there's a party like that way.
There is a commotion. So I will describe the town. It's kind of like a V-shaped arrow, thinking that the point is pointing south. And there is a river to the eastern side of the city. So you guys are coming in from the southern point, the southern gate, and you are walking up towards the southern courtyard or the southern square. And you do hear some noise, you hear some excitement kind of brewing from there. I'm just going to see if I've got excitement music. I don't think I've got excitement music, but yes. Yes.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Phil, what's your character's name? I think we missed that part.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. His name is Oleg.
Okay. Oleg.
Yes.
Oleg.
Yes.
Oleg.
As you can see, he's only got one bit of armor on his leg.
Perfect.
That's very good. That's very good. Okay, cool.
All right. Excellent. So, walking towards the town center, Guillermo and Oleg, you can see what appears to be a large gilded wagon placed dead center in the square. Its sideboards and its boot are unfurled, and you can see that on top of like this red kind of velvet, there are a bunch of items laid out on the boards. On top of the wagon, you see an energetic human woman standing there. She has dark brown hair tied up in a thick bun, and she's wearing half-moon glasses, kind of pulled down to her nose as she's holding out a ledger, kind of reading from it and addressing the crowd. And as you approach, you can hear her say, "You'll never find one quite like this. Any other takers before we wrap this up for this kind gentleman here?" And she gestures into the crowd towards this kind of portly man, and his red face grows redder as she points to him, and he kind of like, looking around excitedly. She continues like, "No? Last chance? All right, sold for 300 gold. And as she finishes that exclamation, you see a bunch of sparks kind of appear behind her, like and almost like a little mini firework display. And the crowd like clapping and congratulating the man for his purchase. You see a young man darts up to the wagon and grabs an item from it. It appears to be like this golden candlestick, and runs to the portly man, and they exchange gold for the item. She goes, "Wonderful, wonderful. Next up," and she continues like going through some of these items. She holds up this jug that's kind of covered in corks, and she says, "This is a new item in our collection, and will surely make a wonderful tool for any alchemist that wishes to improve their trade. Shall we start the bidding at 100 gold? And
100 gold?
there is
What kind of
silence.
place you brought me to?
There is silence in the crowd, and eventually someone raises their hand and bids on the item. She goes, "Wonderful, 100 gold. Anyone else?" And you see she's kind of scanning the crowd, and silence for a while. And she turns, she says, "How about you? You look like an alchemist." She says this to a decidedly unalchemically looking elf, who suddenly feels like there's a lot more eyes upon them. Nico, your character has spent a lovely morning walking around town and thought stopping by for a casual watch of the auction would be a nice way to end the morning. Until now, as this woman draws everyone's attention to you. Would you like to introduce your character, Nico?
Sure. You see a gender fluid elf with extremely pale skin. Almost like they've seen a ghost. They have very long, just past the shoulders length hair that's sort of all combed over to one side, and it's white that fades to like a darker, almost black as it goes down. And then on the opposite side from where the hair is combed over, it's like braided and then goes into the back of their head. They're wearing some very, not exactly inconspicuous clothing. You would look at this, you would look at them and think that they were up to no good. Dark black clothing, baggy, very loose, so they can be very mobile. And they have almost like this perpetual smirk on their face, even with the crowd facing them. They just give like a glance to everyone with, a smirk, looking at them all with their very pale violet eyes.
Very nice. Yeah.
You must be mistaken.
No, I know an
Alchemy
alchemist when I see one. Would you like to bid, sir?
They go through. I go through my.
100 gold is the bid. You must raise.
No pouch on my person. Perhaps another item might pique my interest.
Wonderful. Okay. Anyone else? And she immediately turns the attention away from you.
Do you have a
And
name?
I immediately take a few steps back and rearrange myself in the crowd.
Yeah, get away from her view line. What is your character's name, by the way, Nico?
Oh, Hikari.
Hikari. Perfect. So she continues on with her spiel. No one else bids on this wonderful looking jug. And she says, fine, sold for 100 gold, I guess. And it's a little bit less enthusiastic, and the sparks go off also a little less enthusiastically, like but nevertheless she has sold the jug. Yes. You right?
Can I make my way over to the portly man that had
Sure.
purchased? All right, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
just slowly just
So
make my
yeah.
way over there.
Cool, great. And pretty much she continues with a handful of other items. You notice that she offers very vague descriptions of the items. She doesn't actually say what they are, what they do, but kind of builds on the mystery and the wonder. And you see the crowd kind of enjoys that. They like the mystery and the wonder of what these items could possibly do. So going through a bunch of different items, she produces at some point a decorated chainmail armor. There's a clay tea set, a pair of golden lion statues, and like a whole rainbow of different potions and tinctures get sold. Some sell, some don't. Some get put back in the cart, and they continue on with their sale. The final item that she produces is it appears to be a trunk, and the male assistant walks up and opens it and produces in each hand, one in each hand, 2 large eggs. One is forest green and the other is a deep sea blue. You hear hush murmurs kind of break out in the crowd as these eggs are walked around by the man. And the woman standing quite proudly on top of the carriage goes, "What we have here, my good people, is dragon egg shells." And you see, not many people catch the last bit of the sentence. They hear dragon egg, but she does say dragon egg shells. She goes, "Fully intact eggs, but without the fear of them hatching. These are as rare as they come, and we'll start the bidding at 10,000 gold. And there is just dead silence. The thought that maybe there would be people in town that have that kind of money and could spend on that sort of thing, but at the moment everyone is kind of just entranced by these dragon eggs that are being passed around by the assistant. It's no one's bidding at this point, and after a bit of time you hear a voice shout and goes, "What's the point of a dead dragon egg?" In a terrible, not even close to Cockney accent.
You're good, keep going.
So good.
What's the point of a dead dragon egg? They kind of shout out, and you hear like people murmuring in agreement. She goes, "Well, how many dragons have you seen, sir? These are very rare. Even the ownership of such items comes with prestige. You can tell your friends that you stole these yourself from the dreaded Drake's lair. Pass them down to your children. They'll only increase in value. You cannot put a price on the power you feel holding these eggs in your hand." And she motions to the assistant. She says, "Jonas, show them what I mean." And so the assistant, he like nods and places one of the eggs back in the trunk, and then begins to walk the blue egg around the crowd, allowing people to kind of place their hands on it and touch it. And you see people like gasping and like, ooh, like, you know, getting really excited, touching a dragon's egg. And then there's a bit of a...
Can I touch it?
It's not quite around to you guys yet.
Okay.
But there's a bit of a commotion as someone goes to touch it and touches a little too hard and pushes it from his hand. This excited kind of massive gasp. But it's okay, because it's caught by the halfling woman who is standing there. Maya, would you like to introduce your character, who has now just caught a blue dragon egg?
Hi.
Hi.
I am Solus. You can call me Ace. I'm a halfling woman. I have kind of like long dark hair that's shaved all along the sides and the back. It's in a big long braid. I got tattoos under here, over here, you know. And I'm kind of wearing this sort of raggedy, it's like white cloth, sort of very flowy but dirty. Like it's probably was once white, not quite as white now. Lots of brown, lots of looks like potentially dried blood. Sort of white skirt, boots, got this big long cape that's like very roughly stitched together animal pelts. And yeah, I'm holding a dragon egg.
You are holding a dragon egg.
Very pleased about it, but also very surprised.
So yeah, you've just caught this blue dragon egg, and in your halfling hands, it is kind of the size of a large beach ball. Like, they're not small dragon eggs. And you're kind of having to lean back to take the whole weight of this thing. But as it kind of leans on your chest and leans up against your face, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, great. My
the first
best
roll!
skill. No! Yep.
Come
My
on,
best
man.
skill for sure. I'm gonna
Maya.
use this giant one.
Yep.
Yeah, make a perception check for me as you kind of...
So that's a 3.
Oh, total? 3 total?
Uh-huh.
Cool. So kind of like placing, you've got your
Nice.
head up
It's an
against this
egg.
egg. You don't hear anything. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
So the man,
Egg.
you see the man that initially dropped this egg is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and is kind of like backing away into the crowd,
Nope.
super sheepishly. But then Jonas comes up and kind of silently gestures for the egg back. He's just like,
Oh yeah, for sure, bud.
you pass the egg back to him. And he kind of breathes a bit of a sigh of relief, and you see the woman up on the wagon. She regains her composure. All right, no takers then. No, to be expected. So was the case in Phelan and Port Zune. Too exciting, it seems, for some. Never a worry, though. For our auction is at a close, you may yet see us again. I have been your humble host, June, and we are Tobiah's travelling trove of trinkets and treasures, and multitude of sparks go off as the crowd kind of cheers and applauds for this wonderful show that has happened here in the town square. Yeah, so as the auction kind of concludes and the crowd begins to disperse, you guys are kind of just mulling around in the town square. You hear after a moment the sound of a bell tolling, and it's the gate bell from the southern gate. It's like dong, 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 dong. And looking in that direction, you can see a group of Zelezo, which, if you're not familiar with Wildemount or the continent, Zelezo are the guards from the Menagerie Coast. So you see a group of Zelezo passing by with a cart being pulled by a donkey. And at this time, the crowd kind of begins to gather around the cart, and you guys are welcome to gather around the cart as it's kind of being brought in. You see in the back of the cart is an injured half-elf male. And this guy is injured. He is properly fucked up. He has a lot of kind of cuts and bruises along his arms, grazes across his face, and he's kind of just murmuring to himself. He's not fully, like, lucid. He's just like, and the Zelezo are kind of pushing through, saying, make way, we must get this man to the hospital. Following behind the cart, you see a nervous-looking middle-aged man and a stern-looking elven woman, and they're kind of huffing and puffing their way behind the cart. The cart pulls through the town square and makes its way towards a hospital, and you see another Zelezo joining. And this Zelezo, you would know Solace and probably Hikari, just because you've been in town a little bit. This is one of the captains of the guards. They've got a bit of slightly different regalia. They stand out a little bit more, and he goes up to these two and says, tell me what has happened here. And the stern elven woman immediately jumps forward and says, well, they've only gone and done it now, haven't they? They finally put the last stake in our coffin. I mean, they've been trying to do it for ages. You see, the Majest, they have finally taken out our good man. And you see the other man, the middle-aged man who's looking a little bit nervous, just like, I don't know, he wouldn't do this. Here's where you learn that I can't do male voices. But he says,
You sound great.
This is ridiculous. He wouldn't do something like this. And the woman continues with, no, this has been going on far too long. Your man has injured mine, and you will face the repercussions for this. And the guards are trying to, like, calm her down because she's getting a little bit presumptuous and a little bit excited by it. But from what you can gather, this man has been injured, and she is thoroughly blaming the other man for this. The Zelezo kind of say, well, look, it is coming up to the Artisan's Fair. We cannot spare the guards to investigate this right now. We can investigate this next week after the fair. And they're both just like, she's like, no, that is unacceptable. That simply won't do. We must find this man now. He's still out there in the woods. He's probably, I don't know what he could be doing. He's already injured my man. Who knows what other nefarious crimes he's up to? And the man's like, that's ridiculous. Like, he wouldn't do anything like that. And the guards say, well, there's not much we can do. You are welcome to hire your own help on this matter. Otherwise, we will be investigating it at a later date. And you see the guard kind of says, no, I must go speak with the Marquis. And kind of walks off. And you see these two figures, the man and the elven woman, they're not talking to each other. They appear to not get on very well with each other. And you see they kind of begrudgingly look at each other. And then the woman turns to the crowd and goes, well, is there anyone here that could help us?
I'd love to help.
She kind of looks around. She's like, oh, wonderful. That'd be excellent. What we have here is a manhunt. You need to find the man that has injured mine and bring him back to me.
Uh-huh. Can I have more details at all?
I mean, that's as much as you need to know, really. And you see the other man is like, look, what's happened is our two men were both out in the forest. We are representatives of the lumber guilds here in town. I am Majest. She is Regva. That is the name of the lumber guilds, I should point out. So the Majest lumber guilds and the Regva lumber guilds. And you would know, probably Solace and Hikari again, that Tussoa is a town of lumber and fishing. So there's the Copia woodlands to the north, where they get the majority of their timber, and they cut the trees, cut them down, and then float them down the river to Port Damali, where they are processed. So it is a massive logging industry up here. So these are the two largest logging guilds. And she says, I am Miss Tio. That wasn't quite her voice. I am Miss Tio. And I am the representative of the Regva Guild. My man, Mithro, was badly damaged in the woods. And it was his man that did it. And she points to the portly man, the older man. And he's like, look, he wouldn't do something like this. It's entirely out of character. But we need to find him. If Mitro was injured this badly, he may be injured as well. I will be offering 30 gold each for anyone that would be willing to help and help find my man. Is there anyone here? We have one. We have one taker. This is now the auctioneer's back. We have one taker. They look.
I would look at Geeman and say, like, what do you think? It's a bit better than what the farmer gave us. Well, we didn't take anything for that, did we? We took food for that.
Yeah.
We're not good at taking things, but we have gotten a bit better at hunting. And
we know the forest well.
I
we
think
might be able to help them.
Yeah, I've never hunted man before, but we could try that.
Jesus.
And, you said it, Alana.
I'm not just hearing it come from you.
And also, a logging guild. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I agree with it. So let's go check that out.
I think I know what it is, and I don't think you will agree with it. But yes, we'll go check it out all the time.
Perfect.
Can I make an insight check on
who?
Miss Tio?
Yep. What are you trying
Is
to
that
find
who it
out?
was?
Yeah.
She's been very accusatory.
Okay.
I just want to make sure she's she's on the level and she's not just pulling things out of her.
Make an
her
insight
booty.
check.
Okay. And because I'm a pallet elf, I have advantage on insight checks.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Ooh.
Yep.
Wait, a what elf?
This is where I
A
once again
pallid-
show I don't know what you
pallid
guys
elf.
can do. Yeah, that's awesome.
What's that?
Is that some Matthew Mercer?
Is that just straight advantage on insight? Or is it proficiency in
Yep.
insight?
Advantage.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, you... Oh, yeah, shit. Shoot. I know your
Yep.
characters. I studied.
Incisive sentence.
That's
Alright.
excellent. Incisive sense, yes.
So we got the first one was a 12,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one was an 11, so we'll go with the 12.
That 12 total?
And my insight, 16 total.
Ooh, 16. I will just point out, pallid elves are a race specific to Wildemount. They are found in the new guide. Very pale skin elves that are very new to the continent. They have only kind of just emerged in the last century or so. So yeah, pallid elves. Because I'm seeing a lot of people saying palette elves in the chat.
I thought it was that too.
So pallid, like the
Yep.
kind of pallid color. 16. Yeah, so kind of looking at her as she's giving these instructions, kind of taking control of the situation. You get the sense she fully believes what she's saying, but there's also like a little glimmer of excitement. It'd be kind of hard to tell exactly why she might be excited, but she is talking a lot about, I will take this up with the Marquis and you will be ruined from this. So you can maybe assume that she's a little bit excited at the idea of maybe taking her case to the Marquis and having Margest penalized
Getting rid of
for
the
it.
competition.
A little bit, yeah. So
potentially.
it's kind of like, this attack on my man is the best thing that could have happened, almost. Like, but yeah,
Gotcha.
she does also believe what she's saying. That she
And
thinks.
is
Marge
she...
the name of the other guy, or
So Margest is the name of the other guild. You don't know the other man's name yet.
okay?
Yeah. Yep.
And is Miss Tio, is she adorned in fine clothing, or does she look like she may work with out in the fields?
She's wearing very lovely clothing. She looks like she's on the business side of things. She's definitely not a lumberjack or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm just going to quickly do this too. I am putting up some character cards here now that we kind of are introduced to everyone.
Ooh.
You can see, I haven't actually shown you guys these, but there are some character cards now appearing there with our stats and a little bit of information about us. And it shows the classes. Slight spoiler, but it shows the classes. That's why I was holding it back. It's okay. But yeah, all good.
Basically there.
And
They're fine.
the other gentleman
Yes.
was also offering us this.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of put the offer forward. He said, "I will offer 30 gold for you to find my man." And she says, "And I will raise that 10 gold for anybody that can bring him back alive."
Okay.
Thinking
Yeah.
Then
of
I'll
justice.
I'll pipe up and sort of step forward.
Yeah.
I'll help out.
And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And he looks over and he sees Gima had her hand up as well. You'll be able to help as well.
Yes. Me and my friend, We will help you in your time of need.
Thank you. That is.
I shoot them a look like they don't look like they're
Yeah.
they're
At this point, you
Ace is
all
waving.
kind of make eye contact with each other. Incredibly odd-looking group, I guess, together. But you you now make eyes at these people that will be joining you on your adventure. Yeah. So, excuse me a second. The older man says, "My name is Connor May. My man, Jaina, he was out in the woods looking for new growth. We often send them out trying to find young trees that will one day be used for logging. I don't know what would happen. He never would have attacked this man." And the woman's like, "Well, that's exactly what you would say." He's like, "Please." She's like, "Please." But they kind of shake hands and say, if you can bring back information or you can bring him back, excellent, you got 30 gold. If he comes back alive, excellent, an extra 10 gold each. So yeah, it's up to you guys how you'd like to go about this.
Wait, I have 3 guilds now.
So-
Revjest, Legva, and Marg.
So there's Margest, think like majestic
Margest.
without the tick
Yeah.
at the end, majestic, that's one. There is Regva,
Yeah.
they're the 2 guilds.
Yeah.
So Connor, the older man, is from Margest,
Okay. Yeah.
and Miss Tio, the elven woman, is from Regva. And so
Okay,
it's the
cool.
Regva lumberjack has been injured and is being taken to the hospital, and the Margest lumberjack is missing in the woods.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Cool. Yeah, so you guys now standing there, the older man's like, we must go speak with the Marquis, I think. And she's like, "Oh yes, this will be wonderful." And they kind of
Oh,
wonder.
wait.
Yep.
Can I
Yes. Sure.
Just like, what does he look like? What area? of
Good
the woods
information.
was he in? Is he
Good
wearing
information to
clothes? What's
have.
up?
that would be very helpful. Yes.
Yeah.
So you see that the Connor says he was investigating the southern woods. It's an area we haven't really explored much, but
I've been there.
you probably would have, not too far. The woods you are more familiar with are the Copia woodlands, which are to the north of the city. So the southern woodlands you would have definitely explored in, but probably not too far. It's a bit wild.
I just threw that out there like an asshole. Sorry.
That's okay. It's perfectly fine. In fact,
Have
actually,
we been there? Did we pass through there on the way
no,
home?
you would have seen it, but you wouldn't have passed through the forest. I can actually bring
Was
up.
it similar? Is it a similar forest to the one that we were travelling through? Kind of semi-jungle.
yeah.
warm-
You wouldn't know precisely what this forest is like, but it is that kind of tropical forest setting. I've brought up a map. I hope you guys can see it. So you've got Tussoa there with the Tyoden River. The path you and Gima would have walked up, Oleg, is this one here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's the Copia woodlands, and the forest that you are exploring is kind of this region here.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the map works.
Yay.
Yeah, that's
We're
dope.
looking for one man or two.
You're looking for one
man.
man. One man is still in the woods. The other is on the back of a cart being taken to the hospital.
Groaning and groaning.
Yeah.
Name of the man, description of the man.
So the
yeah,
man you're looking for is Jaina. It's Jahna. And the man that was injured was Mitro, Mitro. And the Connor continues, the man continues, "We don't know exactly where he was. He was scouting for new growth, so he could have been anywhere in the forest, really. I suppose Mitro
Okay.
might know, but he's, he looked pretty screwed up. I don't know, you're welcome to ask around. I don't know exactly where he was, but we know it was the southern woods."
So where's the injured man, Mitro?
He's in the hospital, which is just off the town square. So you can see where the cart is now like parked out the front of a building. It's like a large building, and there are some Zalezo standing around. And you can assume he's been taken inside.
Probably talk to him, huh?
Have we sort of gathered the four
Yeah.
of us?
So they both say if there's anything else you need, you can go inquire at our lumber yards. They might be able to provide you some information there. But we need to go now. I think we need to speak to the Marquis. And yeah, she's like, oh, wonderful, this will be great. And they kind of wander off towards the northern end of town where the Marquis resides. But yeah, you guys are now standing here as a party, not knowing each other's names, not knowing each other's deals.
I saw like the dwarf like smiling.
Halfling.
And so, yeah, and so we have like a similar. I'm like, hi, I'm Gamer. I'm excited to. This is my friend Oleg.
Hi.
I'm Solus. You can call me Ace. You are
Gamer.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I'm Hikari. It's a
Hi.
pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Samesies. So should we talk to the injured guy? Question mark. Maybe we can like see what his injuries look like. Maybe that'll help. Oh.
Perhaps. Maybe. We didn't know if Jaina is a fighter or not. But we can examine his injuries, perhaps.
Oh yeah, we should maybe ask. Yeah, and maybe we could. Maybe if he's feeling a little bit better, we could ask him what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He looked like shit.
Yeah, he's gonna die. We
Oh,
should talk to him soon.
He's gonna
What
die.
time of day is
Oh.
it?
Oh.
It's
It's realistic, but I'm sure they have doctors.
late morning at this point.
What's the weather like?
It's lovely and warm, lovely blue sky. It's probably a healthy 30 degrees, which is 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's nice. Okay.
Using my imperial measurements.
Nice and toasty.
Yeah, so it's very warm.
All
It is the beginning of summer at the moment, so it gets quite warm on the Menagerie Coast. But yeah, just quickly before I move on, Phil, did I get your stats wrong on your character card?
Yes, my wisdom is 17.
My bad. Yep. All right, I'll fix that.
It's okay.
So yeah, wisdom 17 for Oleg. Yeah, my bad. All good. I'll fix that for the next stream. Cool. All right, so you guys standing in the town square, made your introductions. Where would you like to go?
First, already I
Yeah.
this Miss Teo just rubs me the wrong way. It
Oh,
seems
yeah?
like she was just very accusatory. And the old man seemed caught off guard by this. I mean, it would make sense that these two guilds would have some kind of a rivalry, but she seemed too happy, excited for the proposition of his guild to be in trouble with the law, possibly shut down. I don't know.
She did seem super hyped about talking to the what's his name, Marquis. So yeah. I guess I didn't notice, but I guess does it matter at this point if we're just gonna go find him
suppose
either
not.
way? Because
Yeah, I suppose we
hopefully
don't have to.
either he's a bad guy and we grab him, or he's a good guy and we help him. Either way, we gotta go find him, right?
I suppose that's true. But we should keep in mind motives, actually.
That's sure. I can do that. Motives. Yep. Nope. I got it.
I
Filed away.
give you like a very curious, long look. Right.
Yep.
But what do you two think? Gima and Oleg? You think we should talk to Mitra?
All right, this is my first. This is my first. Like this is. Guys, this is my first chance at like intrigue and an adventure, and I wanted to be cool about it, but I'm just really excited. It's very excited to meet you and to be going and doing a thing. Like we're literally just in a town square, and then somebody said we need help, and now we're like, yeah, we'll help. That's like, I'm really excited about that situation. Okay, yeah, we should question the hurt man.
As she's going on
Yes.
like this, Oleg would give her a very tired look before looking at you and saying, yes, she gets very excitable sometimes. Perhaps we just better get moving so she can calm down.
Super valid.
She's very
Let's
young,
walk.
very enthusiastic, very exuberance of youth. She's a wonderful, endearing character, but it can become tiring if you're of the more learned races. Sorry. He'll realize what he's saying. But he's what's your character, Nico?
Hikari.
Do you speak Elvish?
Yes.
You don't know till you try.
He would attempt to address you in Elvish.
I-
Apologies for her behavior. She gets like this sometimes when she gets a bit excited.
I simply say in Elvish, that's fine.
Why are they talking in cursive?
don't know.
I've experience with such.
It's pretty.
Perfect.
Having a
like-
stroke or what?
Anyways,
I like
common.
I like your axe.
It's a hammer.
It's a
but
hammer.
that mistake gets made a lot. No worries. I like it too.
Oh,
It's heavy.
it's not. I see. I just thought it was real blunt. But that's
No worries.
Amazing.
Very
has
good.
it seen a lot of use, Solace?
Oh yeah, it's kind of cracked. Should probably do something about that, but it worked. So should we
Do
talk
we
to
need
the
any-
dead guy?
Yeah, do we need any supplies as well for this journey? Do we know how far we have to go? Do we need food? Do we need...
I
rest
have
of you, my
a-
funds are fairly low.
I know I got some rations, and I'm used to. I lived in the woods for a while. I can find us food if that's something that we need, but hopefully we'd be in and out before we need to do that.
same.
I also have
Same.
Oh,
Oreos,
same.
orange
Twins, same hat.
Yeah, we're all woodland creatures. Let's just go to the forest. We'll be fine. What are we worried about?
All right.
Hickory's kind of just like,
Should we-
yeah.
Should we talk to the guy who got his ass kicked?
The dead one. Yeah, let's
Suppose
go
so.
to the dead one.
I'll say
Maybe we shouldn't assume if he's dead.
There
He
was,
was-
like a bit. I saw a bit of the inside on the outside, and that
That
usually
happens.
means
Also, Alana, just as a
Back
note,
from that.
Yes.
backtracking a little bit, could I have paid attention to once the crowd dispersed where that portly man with the candle had
Yeah,
maybe
sure. He
going
wandered
off too?
towards the north of town, to a residential area.
Sneaky.
Okay.
But that's like 10 minutes ago. He's kind of gone at this point.
Okay, yeah, noted.
But oh dear, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I would say Solace, you would know because you have kind of skirted that forest before. You know it's about 2 hours to get to the edge of that forest. And then however far into the forest, you're not too sure, obviously.
Okay.
But you guys agree and you make your way towards the hospital. And out the front you see there is a Zalezo guard. He doesn't really give you too much issue. As you walk in, he kind of just asks what you're there for. And, well, it depends on what you say. But he says, yes, can I help you?
We got hired by some people to find another person, and to do that, we're gonna talk to a person who's in there. Is that cool?
It's very vague, the description you just gave me, but that seems fine by me.
Oh,
And
I
he
can give more details
he
if
let
you-
he lets you in. It's fine.
yeah.
He's kind of disillusioned with his job. He's fine. He lets you in. And as you enter in, it is kind of a fairly small hospital. It's more like a clinic rather than a hospital, I'd say. And there are rows of beds down the side, probably about 20 beds in this place. And you see there's a person kind of working on Mitro, and they kind of finish up and walk to the side. And you see Mitro is lying there, and it's kind of eyes closed and labored kind of breaths. But yeah.
we're too late.
I think
What?
he's
I think
dead.
he's breathing. Is he breathing?
He's
I think
absolutely
that was the
breathing.
last breath.
He's breathing.
poke him?
It's you poke him. It's like kind of makes.
Oh
a
god.
bit,
Okay.
but
Oh shit. Sorry.
You
Fuck.
poke right
He
into
still
like
has
a
feeling.
wound.
He still has feeling.
But yeah, he's kind of like a little bit out of it.
Can you hear me, sir?
How close do you get to him to shout that?
I'm like against his ear.
Maybe that's a little insensitive.
He's
like asleep, right?
Can I roll a perception check for him? See if he... Oh, nice. Yeah, that wakes him up. he's like, oh. He's very very shocked as he turns and sees your face like right there next to him. He's like,
sorry.
What do you want? Oh, and he kind of like crumples forward a bit with the pain.
No, don't move. Oh, don't move.
Oh God. Oh no.
I whisper to Ace, say Miss Tia sent us. Miss Tia. Miss Tia.
Miss Tia.
Miss
Wait,
Tia.
Is that his person?
Yeah.
Miss Tia sent us.
Miss Tia. What she got you doing?
So you got your ass kicked by somebody or something. We're supposed to find the person that she says did that.
Yeah, you failed. You did a real bad job.
Oh,
that's a little mean. Jana is the guy.
Jana.
Me too?
I think it was
Jaina.
I think it was Jaina.
Jaina, sorry.
Yeah.
What does she mean, Jaina? No, Jaina didn't.
She thinks that Jaina.
No? I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't know.
Did you tell her that?
I haven't seen Miss Tia for a couple of days. I went into the woods to do my job and man, I did run into Jaina. He was there as well. We sometimes run into each other, but we kind of keep to ourselves. It's the same trade, so you're bound to run into the same people. But no, we were looking for new growth, and I don't know, it was weird. He didn't look right. He looked kind of sick. And
Jaina?
Yeah, he started to go really pale. And I was going to ask him what was wrong, and I don't know, something pulled me backwards. I got flung backwards into a bush. And then I think I got stabbed. And he kind of looks at his arm. He's like, I got stabbed! And points to like a stab wound in his arm. He's like, I don't know what it was. There was...
experience.
Yeah, if you want to look at the wound.
Can I assess his wound?
Yeah, sure. Make a...
Are
you trying to figure out what made the wound?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what caused what kind, whether it was animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Make a medicine check. Yeah. He's got like a lot of these kind of wounds. He's got like a major stab wound in his arm, but like lots of scratches and all kinds of bruises.
Okay, medicine. Rolled a 7 plus 5, that's 12.
Okay. It looks pretty, like, the wound itself looks dirty, but the cut, the actual incision point, looks pretty clean. You can probably assume it was made with some kind of blade or some kind of tool. It doesn't look like a bite or anything. Yeah, so... but he can
slashed. It wasn't.
It looks like it's been like something has been stabbed right down. Like he's been down on the ground and something was stabbed into him.
And you said it was dirty?
Yeah, it's like it's got like mud and dried like dirt and grass and muck on it, pretty much. So it's not like clean in the sense that it's a perfectly pressed wound. You see that the clerics haven't quite gotten around to him yet to fully sort him out. But he kind of continues and he says, I was trying to protect myself, and then I heard, I think it was Jaina, screaming, but I've never heard someone scream like that before. And whatever was attacking me got distracted, so I got up and I just ran. I ran, and I feel kind of bad that I left him, but I got stabbed!
You were trying to survive.
I got stabbed!
You totally got stabbed, bud.
He looks at him, he's like,
hella stabbed. Listen.
He's sitting up, he's like, I got stabbed in my leg as well! Oh,
like, shit. Yeah, that one sucks. Wait, you said you got pulled, did you get pulled away from Jaina?
So he says that, like, I'll just describe it. He says that he was kind of standing with Jaina. They were walking together a bit, and he noticed that Jaina looked unwell. Going to kind of inspect, he then got flung backwards into a bush.
Okay. And then you hear Jaina screaming. I think Jaina's in trouble. I think we should
Mitro,
probably
did
get
you
fucking moving.
Mitro, did you tell Miss Teo all of this?
I haven't seen. I made my way through the forest, and I think I fell down a cliff at some point, but I don't know. I made it back to my
Really bad day.
I made it back to my lumber. I made it back to my lumberyard, and I that's all I can remember. I don't know.
That's kind of impressive considering this bit is still not inside you. That's
Don't tell him. I don't think he's noticed.
What bit? What?
Nope. You're good. Look at me.
Is it important?
No,
not at all.
You don't need it.
It's just his liver sitting outside.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I just clarify my understanding of this?
Sure.
So there's Mitro and Jaina. Jaina's
Yes.
the one that was injured and left in the forest. And these two work
Supposedly.
for different logging companies, but they
Yes.
were both walking through the forest at the same time when
Yes.
this happened?
Yeah.
What were they doing out there?
They
Can I ask
were-
Mitro why was... Yeah?
Yep. So he says, it's end of spring towards the start of summer. We began to look for new growth. We've kind of taken over the copial woodlands for most part, but this year the southern forest was looking pretty good. So we both decided to go check it out. I was in there for about a week before I stumbled into Jaina, but it's I don't know. I've never explored that forest before. Yeah. He does mention that like they have run into each other in the past before. Do you believe him? Make an insight check.
Can I also ask him after this if he can remember whereabouts, like give us any sort of vague directions as to where he was attacked?
11.
11? He's pretty fucked up. You get this, like, his story's not broken in the sense that it would seem untruthful, but he's kind of having a hard time retelling what happened, but you don't get any kind of sense that he is, like, telling lies. He's kind of telling to the best of his ability what's happened. But yeah, what did you want to ask, Solace?
Do you know, like, you're a lumberjack, I'm assuming you're pretty good at figuring out like your location so you can find your way out of the forest. Is there any way you could give us directions to get to where you believe you were when you got your ass kicked?
He's like, he kind of like, takes not so much offense, but it's kind of just like, I did get my ass kicked.
You did. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
And he explains that, he says, yeah, I mean, whenever we mark trees for logging, I will paint them with some white tar. So you should be able to see those, and he kind of gives you directions to where that would start. And he says, when I'm looking for new growth, I also mark the trees just so I know my way to wherever they are. So, I mean, if you can find those, that should help you along your way. But yeah, that's what he says.
Thank you. Yeah. I think we can find our way there.
Oh, he kind of just like falls back into the bed.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so
You know what?
Mitro,
He's like, yes.
You haven't spoken to Miss Teo then since you've come back.
I might have. I kind of passed out once I got back to the lumberyard. I don't really know what's happened between now and then. What day is it? Is it the Artisan Faire?
Oh. Yes. Wait.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
He said, last I remembered it was a few days before the Artisan's Faire.
Oh, you're fucked up, bro. Maybe we should leave.
Wow.
Guys, do we have anything else we need to ask him, or can we let him take a nap?
Just like as everybody, if everybody sort of shuffles, I don't know, if everyone's leaving, I just like lean down and I go,
He's like, oh.
it's okay. It's okay if you're in love with him. That's all right. I see the truth, and that's okay. But you need to know that the two lumber companies are going to use this as a chance to like have like some sort of like epic battle between these two clans, and you have to be the one that brings them together, because we will find Jane and we will bring him back. and
I'm
I
gonna poke
like
my head back in.
heavily tap him on the head.
With your
back in,
big
like,
turtle
hey.
mitt.
It's okay.
What's Gima, you still coming?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
He's just like,
Okay.
he's like, oh, kind of confused look on his face.
What'd you say to him?
I mean, they occasionally crossed paths in the woods. I knew
You-
what he was getting at. It's all good.
How did you know? What?
Don't
How did
worry.
you
Let's
know?
go.
It's like
Don't worry. Okay. Fuck.
it's like it's that story about Jomeo and Ruliette that I've heard about.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Brought back
What is
time.
Yeah.
that? I think they like
Yeah.
each other.
Forbidden love.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
like kissing.
Like,
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, two separate.
Two guys in the
company-
forest, both looking for wood, and I mean, they both, who knew?
They both
Found
found
wood.
it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and yeah. Anyway, should we go to the
The plot
logging yard
thickens.
and
We should
find
go
out?
to the woods, huh?
Well,
Let's
hold
do that.
on.
Well, it
It
depends.
doesn't sit right with me now even more so that Miss Tio is blatantly lying about what happened.
You're right about that, and
But
it does
I don't.
freak me out. I feel like if this is sorry, I'm really worried about this guy. If he got beat up that bad, what if the other guy's dead? You know, like ooh. I don't know. I feel like
Suppose you're
maybe we
right.
should try and find him first. I
Yeah,
also
we
am
should try
kind of
and
weirded
find him
out.
first, and I'm like closer to Ace, being like, yeah.
You kind of just like
All
back
in?
out. Yeah.
Like this tall.
We should just head out into the forest. Don't need any
Is
more
there anything-
information.
Should we? Is there any more information you think we could find elsewhere? I feel like we've informationed him out.
Probably.
Jana, that is Jaina.
Information demand.
I suppose
Information
time is
out.
of the essence then, since
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's that fucked up, I wonder what happened to the other
He's-
guy.
Cool.
All right. Are we good to
I guess
go?
we have
to the
a
woods?
general
It's about a
idea of where
2-hour
we're
trek.
going.
You were
Yeah,
also
and
told.
I'm pretty good with woods too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not.
I'm an outlander.
Ooh.
That gives
Cool.
me like help with that somehow. I read my
Yeah,
notes.
you
but-
you can remember terrain really well, and I
Mhm.
think I should know this. I have a halfling outlander. You have excellent memory from maps and geography, and you can
Mhm.
find fresh food and water.
Nice. Yeah, I can feed us, folks.
Nice. Great. So you guys are leaving the hospital, leaving the town.
Mhm.
Cool.
Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do, I think we should head for the woods.
That's probably for the best.
Cool. All right, so you would leave
That's
out
smart.
through the southern gate. Yep, you're marching out the southern gate. You begin traveling southwards. You can kind of see like where the farmlands will end and like the forest will begin. Walking along the river, because you would keep to the side of the river, you do eventually come across some lumber yards, some lumber guilds, and it's obvious to see that there are a couple different ones spread out on either side of the river, but there are clearly two large ones right next to each other that you could probably safely assume are Majest and Regva. They are just monumental in scale compared to the rest of them. They have like those massive stacks of like logs or like felled trees just lying about waiting to be shipped down the river. No shipping today though because shit's gone down. But yeah, you guys walking. You're walking past the.
Are there real quick?
Yep.
As we're walking like in relative close proximity to these lodges.
Yeah, so you would be on the path, and it'd be river lodges path. So
Gotcha.
you'd be walking
And
right next to them.
are there workers about?
You
area, or-
yeah, so it's kind of, they are walled, so there is like, think of it as like a compound, so they do have walls set
Gotcha.
up, and as you walk past the first one you see that this is the Regva lumber yard. Like it has a large wooden large wooden sign out the front saying like Regva lumber yard, PTY LTD, whatever.
And does it? I mean,
yeah.
I don't have I'm not very knowledgeable with lodges and such, but does
Yeah.
it do I think it looks well kept? Like
It looks
like on the up and
pretty.
up. It looks
Yeah,
good.
it's kind of like you know, like, well, I don't know if you know, but whenever you go to like a winery or something, and they've got the business that they run, and then there's the front part of the business, which is all very nice and polished and clean.
Mhm.
So as you walk past a regular, you can see there is like a very clear staging ground where like it is very presentable, and then further back in the compound is where all the logs and the trees and all the work is kind of done. So walking past, it looks like the Regva camp is pretty well shut down. Like not much work seems to be happening, but continue on further, you see the Majest one is there too. It's probably a little less nice than the Regva one, maybe a little bit more rough and tumble, but still very like well put together. And it looks a little bit more open. People aren't necessarily working, but there are some people milling around there. But yeah, you can
I ask a question?
Yes.
There's two things I'm looking for in these lumber yards. First of all, is there any like piles of sawdust? I want like a handful of sawdust. Can I just grab some?
There would be. You'd have to walk into one to grab it.
If it's possible, it's not going to delay us massively. I would like to just nip in the door and say, "Can I have a handful of this sawdust?"
Yeah, you
to
see
the nearest guy.
Yeah, so you would probably have to kind of go off to the side a bit, but you see there's a person working there, and they're just like, I guess so. How much do you need?
Cool, thanks.
Oh.
I'll pick up a handful of it and just say, just this much. Oh, and by the way, have you got any small strips of bark? Any bark off trees or anything that you don't need?
He's kind of looking at you, and he kind of looks you up and down a little bit and sees the like armor you've got going on. He's like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I can get you some. And he like wanders off, and he comes back about 5 minutes later, and he has like some kind of oh, what's the tree? I've forgotten the names of trees now. That red and white birch. There's like some birch tree, so it's like that white with the kind of black stripes through it. He's like, this will look pretty cool, and he hands it to you. So you get probably, I don't know, 3 square feet of birch bark.
Thank you very much. I shall pick up a small strip of the bark, and I shall druid craft it into a crown for him and give it to him and say, "You are the king of the lumberyard today. Thank you for your services, sire."
He's just like, this is my favorite bark. And like puts it on top of his head. He's like, man, today started really bad, but this is great. He kind of wanders into the back of the compound to kind of show it off. Remembering that this guy's friend is lost in the woods. Yeah, so that is excellent.
We'll go back to the group.
You go back to the group. Cool. So you guys continue on towards the woods?
Yeah.
And as
Yes.
like a few minutes after that happened, I just like look over at Oleg with like a curious look in my eye. What was that you just did? That the crown.
Oh, that was just I don't have any money. I don't have any way to pay people. So I tend to, and he'll show you his armor is actually held together with the same kind of method. And he'll realize that part of it's come unstitched almost, and he'll wave his fingers and the branches will weave themselves back together. Terribly sorry, yes, I need some new vines for this section, I think, but it's a kind of an ongoing process. It does require maintenance and repair work. I'm constantly looking for new bits of wood, and yes, I'm always seeking that elusive bark that could maybe be have some kind of anti-magic quality. If it could deflect spells that were cast at me, that would be extremely useful, but I've never heard of such a wood, but I'm always looking.
That is
Perhaps
so
the gods are
cool.
listening, and one day I will stumble upon some. Who knows?
Well, you wear it perfectly.
God damn.
Sorry, would you like one? Would you like a crown? I can make crowns and
I'd love
tiaras
a
for everybody
crown.
if you wish. Crowns and tiaras for everybody. As we walk along, I will gradually make you jewelry made out of wood.
Perfect.
I am fine on jewelry. I gesture to my heavily adorned ears with just filled with earrings.
Oh
Perfect.
man,
You got a
this
lot
I
is
of
appreciate the
fascinating.
offer.
You don't want a little wooden ring for your ear?
Wooden rings are great. I got a couple myself. You'll like it. I promise.
Sure. I'll have a wooden.
You notice too, I think
just
also,
look
Solace, you
around.
have like a cut in your ear, don't you? Like you've got like a bit of a split
Uh-huh.
ear going on. Yeah, so
I got a big
she's
old chunk
gesturing
out
to
of
her
my
ear like, look at my earrings. And there's this like, not horribly disfigured, but there is like this massive kind of,
disfigured.
yeah, it is disfigured ear.
Solace, was that a failed attempt at piercing your own ear?
No, that was a wolf.
Or was it... Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
What?
am I correct to assume that those teeth on your necklace belong to that wolf?
Yeah. Just a, you know,
Okay.
reminder.
Gima's very
But they're
excited
not
by this.
as nice as I would like them to be.
Impressive.
Oh,
I think
thanks.
we're
It made
a
me sad,
capable...
but you know.
I think we're a capable group, and I just shoot like Gima like another curious look. Let's go.
Tight.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys continue on. I was going to say you'd have a chance to talk, but you've gone and talked yourselves. So that's great.
Well, along the way, I tell Gamer about this turkey we met
You're
that
Gamer.
has killed. No, I'm Gamer. That's Ace. Along the way, I tell Ace about this turkey we met that kills goats.
Yeah.
A turkey?
I know.
Large?
Mrs. Feathers.
His name was Mr. Feathers.
I'm like,
Mrs. Feathers.
that's fantastic. What?
It was pretty incredible. And
Is this- Is this supposed to be a fairy tale?
No, it's a real story.
That's true. I was there.
Alana, I collected when Mr. Feathers petrified. I collected a bit
Well,
of his petrification.
yes.
Has it turned back into feathers yet?
I think I said that when you broke the feathers off, it kind of. Oh no, I did say you got some
It
feather
was
fragments.
dusty, I think.
No, it's
Maybe.
still stone. I'd have to
And he
look up
turned
how
it
that
into
works.
petrified,
think
and I
it's-
got this from
yeah.
him, and I keep it here in this little
You see
Anyway.
petrified turkey feathers that she has.
That's wild.
Yeah, but you know, a wolf tooth would be cool too if one attacked me. So I'll keep an eye out for that. But I
Keep
got
up-
some
yeah.
turkey.
Yeah, wolves are territorial, so just don't bother them, I guess.
So
or do if you want to.
So are things that petrify other things. They seem to be pretty territorial too. Don't bother them either. Anyway,
Take your word
Wow.
for it.
You must be.
Ah.
You must have power beyond our comprehension to be able to withstand petrification.
did we
I'm impressed.
withstand petrification, Oleg? I don't know if withstand is the right word so much as just got really fucking lucky.
No, I'll nudge her and say, like, just take it. Just he's paying you a compliment. You say, thank you very much. This is great. Yes, I am fantastic. I am a god.
Luck is also a really good thing to have.
She's humble too.
Mm.
Can I make a perception check or an investigation check for a tree with a white mark on it?
Yeah, I was going to ask, so who's leading? So, Gima, do you want to be leading kind of the party towards the woods? If you want to make the check?
I'll be like trying to walk in step with Ace.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Cool.
I'd be towards the front.
Yeah, you kind of know this
in
area.
hopes of-
So,
yeah, knowing the area.
you're now kind of getting to the front of the forest. So yeah, I'll say if Gima and Solace, you can both make perception checks, or you can make one with advantage.
Okay,
whoever
would it be
wants to.
perception or survival?
This is to see. Actually, this would be. It's looking, but you're actively searching for something. So I'm going to say it's actually investigation, because you are actively
okay.
searching for a tree that has the mark on
Okay.
it.
As they're
Alright,
doing this, Oleg would be going through his usual ritual of just saying a little quiet word in Elvish and Spiritu Sanctu et tu brute bit of woode.
Yeah, cursive Latin.
Do you want to do advantage or do you want to do?
Well, she's
both
already
of us roll?
rolled.
Oh, I rolled. I got 5.
Oh, you
so
already rolled?
better
Okay.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Here we go.
Wow.
No.
I don't think we've rolled well yet, guys.
No, I know that face. You didn't, did you?
Investigation? That's a 4. Fuck.
We are
You
really good at
guys,
being in nature, but just chatting.
Yeah. Ooh.
you guys don't quite see any trees leading into this forest that are marked in a way that he described. Even coming straight off the path,
We
you would
see
think
no trees in the forest.
there are no forest. I mean,
Where are we?
you're at the ocean. How did you get here?
Oh, fuck.
No, you don't actually manage to see any of these trees. You're wondering maybe he entered at a different point, but you feel like you're in the right spot. But you can't quite see anything. But you are now at the entrance to the forest. Would you like to make your way inside?
Yeah. As soon as we enter, Oleg is much happier and he's striding through the forest. He's off. He's like, come on, this way. We'll see where we end.
I
Cool.
suppose he knows.
Fuck, all right. Going after him.
Great.
See this tree? This tree is very rare.
Great. Well, Oleg, because you're in
cool.
front, I'll have you make a survival check with disadvantage because you didn't quite find the trees.
Oh, fuck.
I'm a harsh DM. I'm really not, but this is just
Uh-oh.
you'll fail bad
That makes
on
total
that
sense,
check.
though. We both rolled like ass.
Survival with disadvantage. Okay, so I roll 2 dice and we take the lowest. So I got a 10 and a 5. So that's 10 in total.
10 total? Okay. Cool.
Oh dear.
You guys continue on for a little bit longer. Can you make another one? Unless you would like to let someone else kind of take over. You kind of sense as you're going in, even though you're super comfortable in the forest, immediately you're like, well, I don't really know where to go. I'll
Roughly,
say...
how far have we been? I've got 2 questions.
Yes.
One, are we following any path or are there any paths to follow? Or are we breaking trail?
You're breaking trail. It's not a super thick forest in terms of the floor. It's just like a lot of trees. It's kind of soft, loamy, wet under like fallen leaves that you're walking on. It's quite open, the area. But I'll say...
Second question.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry, go on, you first.
Oh no, please, after you.
The second question would be, how long are we walking for before I think, like, I don't really know where we're going?
Well, you took you about 2 hours to get to the start of the forest. On your first, like, as you're kind of charging, leading the way, it's probably about 40 minutes to an hour that you trundle into the forest without really seeing anything.
Okay, yeah.
I'll say...
Oleg, realizing this, would
Yeah.
start looking for animals for guidance and support. Birds, squirrels, anything that he may be able to
Cool.
negotiate.
Make a perception check for animals.
And noticing Oleg suddenly looking around at the various flora and fauna of the forest, I'm just gonna like look down, smile a bit, and like try to use my investigative skills to maybe get us back on track. Maybe looking for
I'll say
markings or...
You can make an investigation check as well.
Alright.
I'll
Oleg
say it's
rolled a
plain.
7, so I guess he finds a particularly pretty flower.
Yeah, I mean there are plants, there are flowers growing. You hear some birds in the distance, not too close though. None that you could potentially call. I mean, you could shout really loud and try, but they might just be too far away to get their
You
attention.
wouldn't do that in the forest.
What'd you get?
And I got a 7 for my investigation.
Has anyone?
Wood.
I feel like we had 116 or something,
so
but
good.
everything's been like 10 or lower since then.
Can I look for an animal as well?
Ooh, I just rolled a 3 for no reason. You want to look for an animal as well? Yeah, make a perception check.
Do you want me to do a disadvantage?
I made you do a disadvantage, didn't I? No, I made you do survival with disadvantage. No, this is just a regular roll.
And what did you want me to do? Can I do nature?
What are you trying to discern with your nature check?
I'm looking for where there might be an animal.
Okay, I'd say if you're kind of looking to see if there's any like burrows or nests or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll say you can make a nature check for that.
14 plus 4, 18.
18. All right.
Okay.
Kind of looking around, Oleg, where you were kind of maybe looking to the trees, looking for birds. Gima kind of scuttles around a bit in the growth, and you do manage to find like a burrow in under a tree. Whatever is in there, who knows? But you do find a burrow. You see kind of like markings on the ground to indicate maybe there is something that lives around here. But well done, you found a burrow.
I call Oleg over. Hey Oleg, Hello?
Yes, I was looking at a flower. It's a very pretty flower. Have you seen this flower over here?
Is that one rare too?
It's a very pretty flower.
No, it's very common. It's just very pretty.
It's a hybrid. He managed to plant his flowers in the right pattern and got some hybrids. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah.
I might maybe we need some, some help from the forest. I found this
Why?
I found a home of some.
Home? Whose home?
I don't know who lives there. Should we find out?
Very eerie for a second.
Where is this home? What are you looking at?
I point to the burrow.
Oh, I see. What kind of hole is it? Do we know what kind of animal lives in there? Is it like badger, rabbit?
You can make a nature check now, Oleg, if you like.
Did you smile, Alana, because like it was badger or rabbit as opposed to like wombat or snake?
No, I was mucking around with the sounds, so the sounds would have gone like this lovely magical tone to this super suspenseful music for a second.
Did I?
12. Only 12.
12?
Yeah.
Based on the size, based on the patterns on the ground, you could probably assume this is a rabbit burrow or a rabbit warren. Now realizing a weird place for a warren, but yeah.
as they're examining the burrow, I lean over to Solace and I just say, I might have missed the description of Jaina. Did they say Jaina was a rabbit? An animal? A squirrel? Are we looking for a squirrel?
I assume it was a guy, but
That's what I
maybe
thought
I
too, but
missed it too.
They seem
I
to
don't
be
know.
very
I
intent
trust
on
them.
looking at this burrow.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's in there?
A rabbit, probably, or a family of rabbits. We were considering speaking to them, but I think we might have more luck with the birds because the birds can see further than the rabbits.
Can I speak with the animals?
Yep, you want to cast Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Cool. You cast Speak with Animals.
Sorry?
You cast Speak with Animals.
I go. I knock on the top of the burrow, and I go. Excuse me,
Inside the burrow.
Anyone home?
You wait a little bit, and eventually you see kind of like these two little beady eyes poke out, very nervously, like very cautiously poking out from the burrow. This kind of grey-faced, cute little bunny rabbit, poking its head out through the burrow roof, and it's just like, yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Which
really sorry
you guys, which everyone else hears, and Oleg, you would also hear unless you cast Speak with Animals as well, but you just hear like little cheeps and like
Little guy.
rabbit noises, which is clearly what that was. But yeah, Gima, you hear, you hear,
terribly sorry to interrupt your afternoon. My name's Gima. Just wondering where we're searching for somebody lost in the woods. So we're searching for a man, we think. Just wondering if you'd seen that, or some trees that have white marks on them.
People in the woods. Yeah. It was those are people. There was two people in the woods. Yeah. Not here now. 4 people in the woods now. And you see it's like looking at all of you.
Was there anything else? 2 people and anything else?
There were slimy people, and there were round people, and all kinds of people.
Wow.
Twitches its nose.
I've never seen a slimy person. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not very nice. Slimy people. No.
Slimy people and round people. And which direction?
You see it kind of climbs out of its burrow a little bit. And it doesn't point because it's a rabbit, but it kind of indicates in the direction, like it swings its ears around and points them in the direction.
God, can it not like bend one of its ears down and take
it kind of like stands up and like gestures. It's like, they went that way, and it kind of points directly at a tree about 100 meters away, which is like something, I don't know, I can't work it out. 100
You said meters, don't worry about it.
100 meters away. Yeah, which is, and you can see there is a very clear cross of white tar on that tree.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. Do you need anything? You've got a great home here. It's beautiful.
He kind of looks around. It's like, yeah, food? Any food? To take food? I mean, shook my whole living area.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
It's got like a little bit of dirt on top of its
I ripped
head.
off some of my lichen.
Oh.
Does this smell
It sounds like rip my skin off.
It's good.
You take it off.
Does this smell good to you? Is this something you would eat?
Smells salty.
Good salty?
Like nibbles a bit on it. Goes like.
No, not a problem.
It's like
Put it back.
I say in common, does anyone have anything that a carb? I reckon a carb or like a sweet for this rabbit.
What?
An offering.
What? Oh, what, food?
Yeah. I think
Dima, are you
probably-
all right? Did you inhale some sawdust, or were you just talking to that rabbit?
I'm chatting with the rabbit.
I will point out
Did
just for
Did I
this
inhale some sawdust?
for the sake of
It's
for the
probably
sake of
fine.
roleplay, when they do cast speak with animals, you hear them speak in common. But obviously the animal responds in animal.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it, just so we know that you know what they're saying as well. But yeah. The rabbit is just like
a corner of a ration, maybe.
Yeah, go for
Oleg,
it. 'cause I can
without
find this
question,
very-
because he's used to this conversation, he's used to this manner, he would be immediately reaching into his bag and taking out a portion of food.
great. Yeah, you find like
Perfect.
maybe some tubers, like a parsnip or some root vegetables that you had stored in there, and yeah, it grabs it. Bye. Runs back
See ya.
into the burrow. Cute little
That was
rabbit.
super cute.
I wasn't clear whether there are slimy people and round people, but it doesn't seem good.
Yeah, the translation is a little funny from rabbit to common, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
But
we're
there's a
looking for a
tree.
slimy person.
Slimy person, round person. Okay. Should we? At least we got the tree now. Let's follow the tree and hope we
How
find
did
the
we
guy.
miss that?
You know,
I
I
know.
think we're having a bad day.
But look, I
But a
found
lot of these trees look
Not as bad as Mistro though.
yeah.
Ooh,
You
bird.
get a whiff of things. All right. So do we just sort of follow the trees?
Yep.
the-
So
the
you
March
can
tree now.
you see like probably every 100 meters or so, you can see another tree marked. So who would like to make the next check?
What kind of check is it?
Ooh, I don't know.
Be survival.
It was a survival check. Yeah.
Are we? It's a survival check.
Yeah.
Okay, I can try.
Yeah, so this would be with advantage, this survival check, because you now have a guide essentially with these trees. So you can make a survival check with advantage.
Survival check with advantage. Much better. Okay, that's 19.
19, nice, perfect. Yeah, so you leading on from the trees, you have no trouble kind of keeping up with where they are. You're able to easily spot the next one on each path, and you continue on for another half hour or so.
That's more like it.
Yeah, and I'll get you to make one more check for me, please, as it's kind of now, you see the forest is giving way a little bit from the kind of lush forest to a slightly more swampy kind of aspect. There is... I'm trying to change the tone here. I don't know if it worked. You do notice that the leaf-trodden floor kind of gives way to a little bit of sticky mud, and the trees are slowly changing as you go. But nothing like, it's not like spooky dooky forest. It's just yeah, you do notice that there is a bit of a change in the biome. Yeah, yeah. So make another survival check for me, please. That's a word. That's
Right.
applicable
Another
in this
survival
sense.
check. Not as good. 11.
11? Cool. Yeah, so it becomes a little bit more difficult. Maybe it's like the light. It's quite dark in here. It's not like nighttime darkness, but you do start to have a little bit of trouble keeping track of where the trees, and at a certain point you realize that you haven't seen a marked tree in probably 20 minutes.
Oops.
I'm kind of looking around. It's a little bit hard to kind of find. You can kind of backtrack a bit though if you want, and you would probably find your trail again. It's just more the hours are kind of ticking on a bit as you go through the forest. But yeah, so you guys, do you want to backtrack or do you just kind of want to keep moving forward?
Shoot. What do y'all think we should do?
Well, you're the self-proclaimed expert on traveling these woods, so I will listen to your wisdom.
That's not smart. I say backtrack. But we want to find the guy quickly.
Okay, can I look around? Are there any birds nearby?
Make another perception check.
Check.
Oh, okay. I'll say make a nature check. I'll give you nature. I'll give you nature.
Bird check. Bird check.
Bird check. Yeah.
Nature.
Do we see the metagaming pigeon anywhere? That could point us in the right direction.
The metagaming pigeon help us.
12? There's a owl sleeping in a tree about 20 meters away, about 30 feet. 30 feet away.
What time of day is it
60
now?
feet. 60 feet. It's getting to mid-afternoon. Yeah, probably like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. There's just an owl kind of tucked into it. You know when you see them like tucked into those alcoves and they fit perfectly in there and they look so comfortable? Yeah, you can see an owl kind of there.
It's an ideal person to question, or ideal animal to question for this circumstance, but he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't disturb a sleeping animal.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So it's like, yeah, I suppose we better backtrack.
I know. Can I have noticed that?
That he wouldn't. What, the owl?
Yeah. That
Well,
he
I don't
saw
know.
an owl, but then didn't.
Do you tell them about the owl, Oleg?
No.
No. You'd have to make your own check if you were looking for a bird, but I think, yeah.
No, I just wanted to notice that he was being respectful to the owl. That's all good.
No.
So
Backtrack, I think.
how about this? How about we backtrack, and then this time when we go looking, we'll backtrack to the last one that we saw, and then when we move forward, can one of y'all help me look? Because I'm doing my best, but you know.
I have a keen eye. I might be able
Good,
to
'cause
lend
I don't. I'm just good at forest stuff. It kind of cancels itself out. Shall we?
Cool. So you
that.
guys
We shall.
backtrack probably 20, 30 minutes back to where you recognize parts of the woods with your wander feature. You think, oh yeah, I've been here before. And you spy another tree. So make another survival check for me. So you can make it with advantage if Hikari is helping you, or you can make one each.
You want to make one each?
Sure. Vex, don't fail me now.
Use your ranger
Let's
die.
see if that.
12
Well,
Hell.
total.
I also got 12.
cool. You continue on a bit further. You notice that it is starting to get decidedly more swampy as you go on, and you once again lose track of the trees. Solace and Hikari.
The trees are gone again.
damn it.
Solace and
Where'd they
Hikari,
go?
This is the ocean.
both of you leading the party. As you're walking, you get to a certain point of the ground and you feel like Solace walking first. I mean, you don't fully notice it straight away, but as Hikari walks behind you, you suddenly feel the ground below you has a weird feeling towards it. And as Hikari steps on it as well, the ground below you gives way and opens up to a pit. I need both of you to make a dex save, please.
Dexterity saving?
Yes, please. I'll say, Hikari, because you're at the back, you can make yours with advantage, but Solace, yours is just straight.
Oh god, thank goodness for advantage.
Is this all of us or just?
No, just those two. Because
Oh,
they
we
were
see
the...
this?
You two are at the back, and you're just like, huh, as the floor gives way. What did you get, Hikari, first?
14 total.
14, alright. And then, what's... excuse me, sorry, one sec.
Ace?
Yeah, Ace, what'd you get?
Natural 1.
You are a lucky halfling. You get to reroll those ones.
I can
yeah.
roll again!
You can do that!
Yeah.
I forgot!
Halfling luck.
Halfling!
It's not.
2?
No.
7.
7.
Okay, at least it's only one.
What did you get again, sorry, Hikari?
14.
14. Okay. You manage to grab onto the side of the pit, and you're kind of dangling there. Solace, who was dead center as the pitfall opened up, you fall straight down 10 feet and crash into the ground.
Yum.
You take 5 points of damage as you smack into the ground, and you are now in a 10-foot pit as a 3-foot tall halfling.
Can I run over and offer my hand, like look over and offer my hand?
You
to
can,
Hara to
but
get him up?
first I will have Oleg and Gima make a perception check as you are standing above the pit.
4.
Four?
Different dice.
Wow, we are rolling
Level
bad.
2.
bad.
It's not even that. We're just rolling bad.
The numbers are low.
Perception?
Perception.
16.
16, cool. You notice as the trap, like, obviously you have concern of these people falling in the trap, but you notice looking at it, a rope above the tree kind of detaches when the pitfall opens and kind of zip lines through the forest in a westerly direction. And it kind of, you don't really see what it does, but it's kind of like zip lines in a direction. And yeah. That's...
What, rope zip lines? Or...
So it's like a rope attached to a branch above the pitfall, and you get the sense that when the pitfall was triggered, the rope was detached, and it zip lines itself in a direction of the forest. Kind of like someone's pulled it really fast.
Direction? In the direction that we were travelling, or left or right?
It's kind of southwest, so not fully in the direction you were travelling. You could have been travelling in a more sensible direction, but in a rough direction you were travelling. Yeah, this shoots off. But yeah. You're right, Solace.
I'll nudge Gamer and say, this was made, this is not an accident, this is an organised trap.
Oh yeah, and looking at it, you can see this is clearly like some weak floorboards or some weak boards have been placed and then waited for a specific weight.
Solace, Master Wayfinder, are you all right down there?
You know, I've been better, for sure, but I'm fine. Can I try and climb out?
Yeah, sure.
Can I get my shield?
You can make an athletics check to get out. Right. Take the shield off your back.
I'm going to get my shield off my back, and I'm going to look around at the bushes around us because this is ideal ambush.
Make another perception check, Oleg. Athletics, yes.
Hurry up.
Yeah,
I got
Gima's hand.
I'm sorry, what'd you get?
14.
14? Yeah. You probably need to get help. I'd say, like, Gima helps Hikari up, and then she kind of, I don't know, maybe holds her staff down or help shut. But with that, you're able to easily, like, wedge your hand into it. It's kind of soft dirt as well, so you're able to easily kind of, like, climb your way out.
I'm pretty strong.
And you're used to doing that sort of stuff as well, kind of climbing out of precarious positions.
Okay.
But, yeah. What did you get for your perception check, Oleg?
23.
Good roll. We got a good roll.
Yeah. I can see things in the forest.
Kind of preparing yourself. With a 23, you just catch the end of what sounds like a rattle. Like fairly far away, but in the direction of where the rope was. Kind of like a rattle. I'd say, well, not necessarily with your experience, but you can kind of make it, it sounds kind of like a hollow sticks banging against each other. And it just kind of fades out.
Okay, I'll nod to Gamer and say, time for a game of hide and seek. Come on, we need to get her out of that hole.
Alright, they're up. Guys, you know hide and seek? We're gonna hide. Somebody...
Shit, right now?
Yeah, there's somebody coming. There's something happening. We've been set up. We need to move.
Wait, should we be hiding or should we be fighting?
We're going to get you out of the hole first, and then we're going to leave.
Oh, okay.
I got them out of the hole.
Okay,
let's
shit.
go.
All right. All right.
Cool.
Are we hiding here or are we running?
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, we're moving covertly, attempting to slip away through the forest at a 45-degree angle to the direction that the rope went.
Okay, fuck, a lot of information.
Oleg pulls out his battle map.
I want to go that way.
Right, okay.
So you want to kind of go, adjacent towards, in the direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, Is there any high ground nearby? Can we get
No,
like
this
Overwatch
is-
over this area?
This is
Okay, we
a
just get the
flat
fuck away then.
swamp. Yeah. So you guys stealthing?
But
Kind of
covert-
in the direction of where that came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but
Cool.
kind of arcing round so that we're moving parallel to them, so that we're not going to meet
Gotcha.
them head on. We're going to see them traveling along, hopefully.
Yeah,
or hear
hopefully
them,
they're
maybe.
gonna run that way as we're going this way.
Gotcha. Okay. Everyone roll a stealth check, please.
I don't wanna.
No, you're good at this. Last time we did this, I couldn't find you.
It fell on the ground. Does it count?
Nah. Reroll.
Oh, it was
All right,
good.
Vax.
Use
Be
your
with
back
me.
die.
Got it. Not terrible.
I think that might be my best
21.
roll.
21. Let me just.
12.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not
I'm
great.
getting better.
I got
You got 13. And
Mhm.
Hikari?
16.
16. Nice. Cool.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys continue. You are making a kind of adjacent path towards the direction of where that sound came from. You guys travel on for probably another 10 minutes or so. And you can see, kind of, as you're traveling, you get to a certain point, and on the ground, it's straight up obvious, you don't even need to roll for it, there is signs of a scuffle here. So you see like drag marks in the mud. You see what appears to be dry as you can get blood in a place like this, kind of on the ground, and you see like a broken bush, and adjacent to that you see what looks to be a lot of blood. Like, there is a decent amount of blood in this one particular spot on the ground, but no signs of anyone around.
Based on
Ace
the
has
amount of blood on the ground, is there enough for an animal or a person to have died from these?
Make a
loss of-
medicine
loss of
check.
blood?
Just as a note, Ace has her hammer out and she's like,
Yeah.
kind of like
Oh, wow.
hopping it up and down. her
Yeah.
hand.
Gamer thinks that's super cool.
24.
24.
Ooh,
Um,
Phil's carrying us.
You get the sense that if this were a giant, they might be okay. If this were a rabbit, they'd be real dead. If this were a humanoid of roughly your size, chances are pretty slim. Like, this is a lot of blood. Yeah, and you can
Well,
Is it,
Mestra was alive.
Is it coagulated? Is it
Or I don't
recent?
even know if we
or
can
is
say
it a
that.
long time ago?
It's I mean, do you want to try and date it? I can get you to do a nature check
Well,
if you want to try and date
yeah.
it. But it's kind of, it's a very wet ground that it's on anyway, so for it to dry,
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of, it's starting to coagulate a bit, but it's definitely not dried blood. Like, it's mixed in with the mud and the water on the ground.
Okay. Or like we just say somebody died here.
Spooky.
Somebody fucking did.
State the bloody obvious.
Great. So, you guys continue on?
Do we see any
Cautious.
signs of whatever?
You can see drag marks in a direction.
Should
And
we
it's
follow
kind
the
of,
drag
it's
marks?
kind
Going in the
of,
direction
yes.
the rope went.
So yes, so it's on the path that you're on. You can see that those drag marks would lead you in the direction where the sound came from. Triangulate.
I say we follow the drag marks.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Maybe take like a wide arc
Yeah.
around it. I don't know what.
Continue
What do you
your
think?
arcing.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
All right, let's do that.
I have a
Should we keep trying
suggestion.
to be sneaky?
Well, does
Oh,
yeah,
anyone else
sneak.
have an idea?
yeah, or
Yeah,
like,
we spread out a bit further, so we can still see each other. But if one of us falls into a pit, we don't all fall into a pit. If one of us triggers the alarm, we don't all trigger the alarm.
Okay.
So maybe like 10, 15 feet between us, so we won't be able to talk to each other.
I can talk to you guys. I can speak to you telepathically.
You can.
I pop a little hello into everyone's head individually.
Just straight up does
Okay,
it.
you can.
Yep, you all hear
That works.
Solace's
Maybe
voice
you
in
should
your
go
head.
first.
I
Okay.
definitely inhaled sawdust.
Sawdust is very good for you if consumed in the right quantities.
Knowing I'm not great at stealth, I'm taking like, if we're spreading out, I'm taking like the widest arc.
You
Like,
are-
I'm
Yeah, you are very much a jangly kind of creature with all your things. I'm not giving you disadvantage, but that's definitely something that you need to, like, when you stealth, you're kind of like holding your necklace in a fit, because it would rattle if you moved.
I'm okay with going first. I feel like I'm probably, no offense to you guys, probably the most beefy one here, and as long as you stay within 30 feet of me, I can talk to you guys each telepathically. I can't connect us, but I can speak to you, so hopefully that'll be good. If I get smacked first, I'm used to getting smacked, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
In what? Never mind.
That's up to you.
Oh gosh.
So we have 10 feet between each of us.
Yeah, you want 10 feet
cool with
between
that.
each of you? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. With Solace moving in
Before
first.
before Solace walks, I give her like a pat on the shoulder. Watch your step, Solace.
Yes, will do.
Cool. All right. I'll say then, Solace, you moving up first. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me, just you at this stage. Actually, sorry, the rest of you can make them too. I'm going to get you to make them anyway.
Oh,
So make another stealth check
Stealth?
for me. Yeah.
That's gonna be a 12 for me.
12. Yeah.
12.
12.
Okay, not terrible.
Oh, what'd you get, Oleg?
21.
21. Again, jeez. Nailing it the
My
stealth.
God.
Gamer.
Damn.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Beautiful.
Oh.
I'm like all the way over there though.
It's like your like necklaces are like jangling around.
Solace, moving forward in the brush, decently quietly. You feel as though you're used to moving through woods, hunting prey, and keeping kind of away from prying eyes, that sort of thing. You see up ahead the kind of muddy, marshy plants begin to thin out a bit, and in front of you is not so much a clearing. There are bushes and there are rocks and all sorts of things, but in the far distance of this clearing, you can see what looks to be a massive tree trunk that has been cut down. It's just a stump, I should say. A massive stump, about 20 feet across. And it's just kind of sitting there forebodingly, but it's right at the back of this clearing. In the middle of the clearing, you see a large shape, kind of round in shape. And looking closer, you see what appears to be a giant frog with these dark patches of green all up and down its body, and kind of pricks of yellow all up and down its body. And it's facing away from you at this point. But as you step closer and your companions kind of join you towards this space, one of them, I won't name names, stubs their toe on a rock nearby, and they don't necessarily make noise, but let's say their jangly necklaces make a bit of noise, like a tick-tick-tick, as they stumble forward a bit and catch themselves. And the giant frog, turns to face you, and you see, hanging from its mouth, are 2 pairs of legs, kind of just dangling down, a bit of blood dripping down the side, and it just turns and goes... And as...
I'm gonna telepathically yell, big boy, big frog, in case they haven't seen it yet.
You guys now all see this frog in the middle of the clearing, and as it turns and makes a call, you hear another noise as springing from the tree trunk and from the sides of the forest, not near you guys, you've entered at a use your words, Alana. You've entered at an advantageous kind of position, not coming at the direct direction. Man, words are good at this moment. But you see, springing from a bush on top of the tree trunk, this kind of medium size, probably about 4 foot tall. It looks like a frog, but it also looks like a human. This kind of grey skinned, almost kind of glistening body, bald, no hair, in a light tunic. This kind of frog man stands there with a spear in his hand and looks to you and says, Intruders in my swamp! You are intruding! You will not trespass! Attack! And it raises its spear, and you hear calls coming from within the swamp as these
I'm sorry, Shrek.
creatures rush towards you. And we are going to take a quick break at this point before we jump into combat. Yeah, and then...
What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp? Yes, except it's a little higher pitched than that. What are you doing in my swamp? But yes, we are going to take a very quick break just to grab some water, and yeah. But please, please stay tuned. It's probably only going to be about 5 minutes or so. We'll put a message in the chat to let you know when we're about to start back up. But thank you so much for joining us so far. Yeah, we'll be back in a little moment.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, you're all gonna die. All right, see you soon.
TPK.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are going to be jumping over to combat, as you guys have just stumbled upon this rather peculiar scene. Oh, that's gone a bit funny. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. And I'm going to
Oh boy!
transition over to our wonderful combat screen. If it wants to work. There we go. Ooh, magic. So yes, we are doing physical miniatures and movement. At this point in time, it's going to be like just kind of bird's eye view, but hopefully it doesn't look too bad. We have our wonderful characters color coded to make it a bit easier. And yeah. One moment as I bring this up. I'm just going to put those up there. Bring up.
Can you remind us what colors we are?
Yes, so Gima, you are yellow. Oleg, you are green. Hikari, you are blue. And Solus, you are red. I'm just going to bring up the encounter. Run encounter.
Where's Gima?
Gima is...
Here
Oh.
on the map.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll say Solus is probably about there. You guys are heading back, or hanging back a little bit. There. And you see this is the giant frog. This is the creature that has shouted towards you, saying, "Get out of my swamp! You donkey!" Cool. Can I please have your initiative? I'm just gonna go around. Hikari, what'd you get?
11.
11. Interesting. Gima.
10.
10. Solus. I'm remembering names. Solus.
It's okay. 14. And Ace is, if that's easier, go Ace.
Ace. All right. 14. And Oleg.
9.
9. All right.
9.
Very good. Well done. I didn't name these characters, so I'm just going to have to remember that. Yeah. All right. First up in the initiative, as you see, this frog kind of turns and faces you. It croaks, this loud croak, and it spits out the body onto the ground. Oh, music. We got music. Ooh, music. Oleg, you're up first. Wait, no, you're not. Ace, you're up first.
That's all right.
I know how to play D&D. Yeah.
All right, so I'm there. Frog's there. Would it be an action to try and see if the guy he spit out is alive?
Yeah, it would be to make a check like that, to make a medicine check or a perception check. Yeah.
Then screw it. Let's see, I have 25 feet of movement. Could I make it to the frog?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, you would be just out of range.
All right, then. Okay. I'm going to... Solus is going to look at the dead body, look at the frog. She'll close her eyes, take a deep breath in her nose, deep breath out her mouth, and when she opens her eyes, she's raging.
Excellent. She is
She's
raging.
gonna book it forward.
Yep.
Pretty much as close as she can get, and then she's still out of range for a melee attack, so she's gonna pull a hand axe out from her belt and huck it at the frog.
Huck that hand axe, make an attack roll, please.
I like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Time to Hulk out.
It's a 9. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's a 9.
A 9, yeah. Ooh, what's your roll? A 5. I can do math. It misses, unfortunately. It kind of goes just over its head and kind of embeds itself here. And as a matter of fact, I like to do this for throwables. I will mark your hand axe on the map for you, so you know where it is in future.
Thank you.
That is your hand axe. It looks
awesome.
It is blue. It's meant to be. It looks kind of black. So your hand axe is currently there. Kind of went over the top. That's your bonus action and action. That's your turn. All right.
Yep, that's my movement. I'm gonna
Next
stare at the frog as angry as I can.
Is Hikari.
It's me. Alright. I will... Oh gosh. 40... Let's see. And we heard more things calling out.
Yeah, you heard the creature call out, "Attack!" calling to arms.
Oh gosh. And taking it in, I don't know if I had time to really take it in, but does it seem like there's a kinship between this toad and this thing that called out? Maybe.
Apart from their appearances being somewhat similar, like this is a frog-looking creature, you can't really know.
Okay.
I'll say,
Okay.
No, not with your background. You wouldn't really know much of these creatures.
Not.
Yeah.
Fudging clue. Okay. I will. Oof. Seeing the situation, I will. Oh god. I'll make my way around north towards that single pebble. I think that's like at the northernmost.
Yeah. So like there or. Oh, north. Yep.
No, north. Yeah.
So you've got
make my way around
40
there.
feet of movement.
I'm blue. I thought it was green. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then I will go south.
Yep. So around.
No, into the clearing.
Yep.
But sticking to the tree line. Yep.
You could make it. Yeah, you can
And
make it there,
then-
running under the bushes and the trees.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I will 5, 10. Is that how far away am I from the beast? Like
5,
I'm
10,
more
15, 20,
than-
25 feet.
25 feet. Could I get 5 feet closer?
Sure.
If I
Yep, you've got the
get a
movement.
little bit of movement thing. Okay. So I'm within 20 feet. Then I will pull out from my sash one of my darts, and I will just hurl it at the toad.
Yeah, go for it.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Dart. Ooh! Natural 18 plus 4, 22.
That absolutely hits.
Oh. Alright. And for damage. Ooh! 4 plus 2, so 6.
6 points
6
of
points of-
damage. Yep.
Of killing toad damage.
Let me just do that. I'm using
Trying
the.
to aim for its eye.
Yeah.
Trying to blind it.
Okay. 6
And
points
then
of damage.
I will just, after I throw the dart, I quickly dart my eyes around and just take in everything that's happening.
Oh.
But, yeah, just flavor wise.
Yeah, great. Up next, you see springing. Where are they? Springing from this rock here is another one of these creatures. It has a spear in its hand, and it is going to make an attack at Solace. It's going to throw its spear at you. So, that's a no joke. It is a natural 20. These are the dice I got from my local game shop when I bought this with this source book. That is a natural 20 on its spear attack. I think I rolled a natural 20 in Elegant Gamers Session 0 as well with that dice.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Spear me.
All right. That is quick math. 8 points of damage as it impales itself.
You're raging.
You
You're
are
raging
raging.
now.
Yes. So
Oh,
4
wait.
points.
Nice catch.
Yeah, 4 points of piercing damage. Yeah, so got to remember that halved.
Yes.
That
First time being a barbarian,
is
I got
its
this.
turn. It is then going to stay where it is. It's pretty happy with its attack. Next up in the turn, another creature appears from this side of the forest and kind of weighing up its options. It's going to run. It's very
Away? Let's
Nope. Run there, and it's going to throw a spear at you, Hikari.
go.
That is a 15 to hit.
I think that hits. That hits.
Yep. That is 2 points of damage. 2 points of piercing damage. As it sticks you in your leg a bit. Kind of glances off.
Oh,
Yeah. Perfect. Next up is Oleg. Oleg, your turn.
Okay. Simply by entering this map, do we automatically know which way north is? Because
Yeah.
it's pointing north, upwards.
Oh yeah. You would. I'd say.
So we know where we are now.
Kind of. Yeah.
No.
That's more for you, the players.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking the piss. Sorry. Okay, I want to move 1 square south,
You've done it.
and then the rest of the squares west.
Okay.
So
what's your
6 squares
movement?
West.
30 feet. 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yep, you can get there.
Okay. That's not far
You see,
enough.
like, now that you're close
Uh-oh.
to this this creature, like, they look like they've got frog skin. Like, it's kind of patchy and spotted, kind of almost like liver spots on it, but it's got this kind of moistness to it, and they've got these big jowls that kind of sit out like, they look like this. And they've all kind of got these squeaky voices. You see the one that's just throwing the spirit Hikari is turning to you and is like, ah! Kind of not sure what's going to happen. But yeah, what would you like
Did
to
the
do?
spears hit?
They did.
The spear.
Oh, yes, the spear hit me.
Mm.
That's
And the spear hit the halfling as well?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
critically
hitting
hit.
Hikari.
yeah,
critically hit.
we're getting speared.
Okay, he will cast as a bonus action healing word on Hikaru, is it?
Hikari.
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 Yep. So that's a bonus action healing word.
Yep.
Yep.
So that is a 3 + 3, 6 hit points. You get healed.
Nice.
Oh. All right.
And the
back to
word
full.
would be in Elvish, and it would be stop dying.
Stop dying. But it sounds a lot more impressive in the Elvish language.
Yeah.
But you actually hear it, and yeah, and the translation is just like, but stop dying in Oleg's voice.
Yeah. And seeing my wound heal, I shout back in Elvish, "With you on our side, we
It's the
will
next
live
turn.
Many days." Yeah.
This bullywug now, the leader.
Days? Years, hopefully,
Yep.
but we'll get there. Yeah, we'll see.
We live many days.
Can I use my action
Oh, sorry.
to
I'm
attempt
so sorry.
to hide?
Yes, you can. You can use your
Because
action
I'm
to
a wood
hide.
elf, I believe I can hide even when there's nothing to hide behind.
You have the feature Mask of the Wild. Yep, you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured. So if you wanted to maybe... You've already used your movement, so there's nothing really to
Yeah,
hide
can I end up-
behind.
Well, can I end up behind one of the rocks?
Not really. You've used your whole movement to get there.
Okay,
You could dash
okay
for
that's
your
fine.
action.
That's fine. No. Yeah, I'll dash so that I'm engaging the green frog thing.
Cool. So being careful, 5, 10, 15. You can actually move through Solace's space because she is small. Great.
Yeah,
You're
and if
up.
I've got enough movement, I'll get all the way around the other side of it.
Yeah, you want to flank?
Yep.
Perfect. Or begin to flank. Alright.
Yep.
Excellent. So you place yourself there and you see the bullywog at the back, the one that initially spoke up, almost lights up with glee as you've provided him with a wonderful target. You're back facing him. He's going to jump down with his, not so much with his long jump, but just with his springy legs, jump down, run up to you, and he's going to make 2 attacks against you. He's going to first bite you, or attempt
Can
to
I
bite
just
you.
turn around to him and say shoo?
Ah! Chomp, chomp! That's an 11 to hit for the bite.
That misses.
It
Hold the
misses,
shield.
yeah. He kind of jumps down towards your arm and it kind of bites down to the shear. It's like, ah! And then he's going to kind of pull away and then lean in with his spear, 2-handed spear attack. Ugh. That's a 2. So that's 5 to hit. Misses. Great. So same thing again. He kind of pulls away, and as he pulls away, you bring your shield up, and the spear glances off the side of it. Once more, he looks very frustrated and lets out a frustrated growl.
Yeah. Oleg looks incredibly resigned to the fact You're just like, I hate this.
They are very unpleasant. These creatures. There's also like a bit of a smell to this entire area, and you're not sure if the smell's from the mud or the smell's from them, but yeah, it's just an unpleasant scenario you found yourselves in.
Icky.
Following up...
If it smells bad to Oleg, it must be pretty bad.
Following behind where the other one came out before, you see another of these creatures appears. They're probably a bit hard to see, but you'll figure it out. This one is going to join its boss man. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's as far as it can get. Looking at what it could possibly do, it's going to... Oh, actually, one sec. Just double checking. The spear, does it have a range for melee? No, 5 feet. Okay, it's going to toss its spear at you, Solace. That is also another 2. What I'd like to call a halfling natural 1. But no, that is a 2, so it misses. It throws a spear, and it's just a little bit too close, and it kind of just sticks in the mud behind you. That is its turn. Next up is... Oh, I skipped the frog. Frog's turn. Frog, having spat out the body, turns, unfortunately... yeah, it's a frog. It doesn't know any better. And it's going to ribbit its way towards you, Solace. Oleg, you can take an attack of opportunity if you like.
I do like. I will do so.
Go for it.
I will hit it with my sword.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's a natural 17, so that is...
That's going to hit, yep.
Okay. Sword is... Hang on, where am I? Where are my weapons again?
Short sword, you have a...
Actions?
Yeah, go to actions.
Actions or equipment.
Plus 5 to hit.
Oh yeah, short sword. So yeah, 22 to hit, and...
1d6 plus 3.
4.
4 points of damage? Don't knock it. It's good. This toad, and it's weird. I don't suppose Oleg's ever cut into a frog before, but cutting into it, it's not pleasant. It's like the skin kind of peels away as you cut into it, and it lets out this like painful croak as it pulls away. But it is going to make an attack on Ace. This is a bite attack. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. So that is...
Please, don't swallow me.
2 points of piercing damage, but halved.
So 1.
Yep, 1 point. But you are grappled. You are currently grappled in the mouth. And
In its mouth?
In its mouth. It has her kind of fully encased in its mouth, just like little kind of boots hanging out. Similar to what the man, similar to how the man looked before, except he was a bit larger, so his whole legs were sticking out. You are fully in this frog's mouth. Yeah, you're not swallowed yet, but you are in its mouth. Great, that is its turn. Next up, resuming initiative, top of the order, Hikari, your turn.
Oh, it did.
Oh gosh, where are you? Oh, I'm so sorry. You were meant to go before the last bit of the walk. Yeah, Gima, you can go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. That's okay. I was going to do a ranged attack, but things are getting more serious, so I'm going to run into the 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I get in melee with the one closest to me?
This guy? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, you can. Oh my gosh, look how you tower above him. You guys can't really see.
I'm so massive,
Totals,
but actually not.
Totals are huge.
2 attacks with my quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
So the first one is natural 20.
You get 2 attacks?
Yeah.
I have 2 weapon fighting.
So 2 weapon fighting is when you attack with light weapons. We discussed this, didn't we? No. Yeah, so 2 weapon fighting is if you take the attack action and you attack with like a light melee weapon, you can then use your bonus action to attack with a weapon that you have in your offhand. So if you have a dagger or something, that'd be fine.
Even my dagger just says melee weapon. It doesn't... Oh, okay.
but it
fine,
is
I see where
light.
it says light.
Yeah, so your quarterstaff isn't actually a
Okay,
light.
well,
so...
I'll just do one attack,
Yeah.
but it was a natural 20.
And yeah, great, perfect.
Okay.
Go for it.
So which way do you do it? Roll the dice twice or double the...
I like to roll 2 dice. I like to roll
Okay.
double the dice. It's more fun that
Cool.
way. You get more variation.
3, 6.
Nice.
So it's 12 altogether.
Woo! 12 altogether. You run up, and it's interesting seeing this turtle run. It's pretty actually agile for a turtle. Runs up and just kind of baseball swings this this creature, just, and it's a deafening thud, just like a full-on, like, against the top of its head as it flies like 5 feet, being a smaller creature, and just lands prone on the ground, not moving at all.
Hikari's jaw just drops seeing that display.
In this like kind of violent display of like aggression that you maybe wouldn't expect to see from Gima, having known her these few short hours. Just
I think my first assessment of her power was correct.
yeah, that is a dead creature on the ground.
And I'll do bonus action to make magic stones.
Yeah, go for it. So you got a couple
I have 3
pebbles.
stones that are now magical.
You have some magical stones. Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. And so then it was the what was it? What they were? There was that creature's turn. The leader back to the top. Giant frog had its turn. Hikari, your go.
I think there's Solace before me.
Solace, you're to go. Sorry, the encounter builder doesn't have your names. It's got player character C, player character A. I'm just trying to remember what they are.
Okay.
Solace, it's your go.
Yeah.
So you are currently
no worries.
grappled, so you can attack. You are restrained, however, so you do have
So it'd be
disadvantage.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I'm
are
gonna try and
barbarian though, so you could always reckless.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Can I like try and break the grapple? Would that be,
Absolutely.
like an athletics check to try and break it.
Yes. So you can make a I'd say this is just be strength, because you're not really doing anything like super physical. You are just using your strength to open the jaws and escape. So just make a strength check, which you
totally
do
makes
have
sense.
advantage of raging.
I have
right?
advantage on. I should. Yes.
Go for it. Make a strength check.
Where's my thing?
I haven't actually
Yeah,
played with
okay,
many
cool.
barbarians, but yeah, you have advantage on strength checks.
Okay. Come on, baby.
My own ace.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's a natural 19 plus
Perfect.
4, so 23.
Killed it. Yeah. You like just in your rage, in your quite contemplative rage, I should say. You just
Yeah.
lift the
Yeah.
mouth up and kind of pop yourself out. You land in front of the creature. That is your action to escape being
Is
grappled.
there any way I could pop open the mouth and try and swing up onto the head? I know that's a lot for one action, so just tell me no if it's a no, but I'd love to try if I could.
I'd say, because I did describe it as
Too
you
much.
popping out. No, that's fine. I'll
Yeah.
say make an acrobatics check to see if you're able to use that momentum of popping out of the mouth as it shuts to swing around on top of its
Solace
head.
is good at those,
The
right?
frog. Right, the
She
frog.
actually isn't that bad. Okay, you said acrobatics?
Yes.
That's a 16.
16? Yeah.
Yeah.
You... Oh no, you fell off the thing! I don't know how this is going to look. Yeah, you
Aw.
managed to land on top of the frog. I might, just for the sake of this at the moment, just do this.
Yeah, no
So
worries.
let me just get this clear. A halfling was swallowed by the frog and then managed to
swallowed. It
force
was
its jaws open
Mhm.
and swing out onto its head. That's quite an impressive sight.
Solid.
This is the quality content people are tuning in for. No, absolutely. You manage to use your strength, and as its jaws shut, you use that kind of force to whip around and land on top of its head in a super
So then that's
badass
gonna
kind of
be-
way.
That's my actions. That's gonna be all I can do this turn.
Yeah, you would have a bonus
I really
action, but I'd say like kind of the movement and all that takes up a lot of your turn.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also don't have anything else I can do for bonus action.
I'm just realizing now the initiative was a little bit wibbly. That frog attacked you before your turn, but we'll just play on. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's alright.
Hikari,
roll with it.
it all worked out in the end. Hikari, it's your turn.
All right, Hikari, I take in the battlefield once again. I was going to run across the way, but then I saw Gina run up and knock
Absolutely
that
deck him.
guy's head off, and I reassessed the situation, about to bolt towards the toad to free Solace, but then Solace frees herself, and now she's on top of the toad. I shrug, give a nod to both of them, and dart over to the creature to my left.
Yep.
That's like 30 or so feet away.
Yep. So, what's your movement?
40.
5, 10, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, easy. So he's kind of.
Alright, and I will.
Yeah. It's a bit
And
tricky.
as
little
I'm-
pizzas.
And this guy looks similar to the other ones. that
Oh
have
yeah,
been
it's
popping
kind
up.
of darker skin, but yeah, similar. It's the same creature.
But as I run there, I reach into my sash, do a little flourish with my kunai, and with the momentum of my running, I'm gonna just wail into this
Go for it.
this guy. Alrighty, so with my kunai, and natural 20.
Oh my gosh, we're killing it, guys. Literally.
Alright, so that's 1, 2, so 3 plus 2, so 5 for the kunai.
5.
And
Is that
then after
total? Yeah.
slashing across its chest, I will then go for a punch on the other
Go for it.
cheek, I guess.
Yep.
And let's go. Boom. Oh, natural 19
Nice.
plus 4, so 23
That hits.
for the punch. My punch attack
Yep.
is 3 damage.
3 damage. So that's without your modifier, correct?
That is with my modifier. I rolled a natural 1 for the damage.
Yeah.
Fine.
Was that 2-weapon fighting? That you use that for?
No, I'm a monk, so I can do
Oh, yeah,
my
of
main
course.
attack and then bonus action.
Of course.
Bam.
Yep. I'll buy it.
Unarmed, yeah.
Damn monks.
Yeah.
All right,
I
cool.
believe
Yeah.
that's what that bonus action is called.
Yeah.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah. I
Uh,
use BAM.
I'm gonna bam him. Excellent. Yeah, he's looking hurt. These aren't the hardiest of creatures, but as you kind of stab him and then just punch him in the jaw, he kind of, looking a little bit dazed, kind of just and leans forward and goes to bite you as it's now his turn. Oh, rolled out of my tray. That is an 18 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Yep. He's only going to make one attack because he threw his spear and no longer has it. But that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you get chomped on by its surprisingly flat and thick teeth. Not kind of sharp like you might have been expecting, but kind of big grinders. Just like really
Alright.
crunches down on your bone.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to do. You see it kind of actually
Okay.
makes a call out. It's like going like making a call
Can I
out.
take my hits back?
No, it's calling out to the others. You hear in its language.
Okay, fuck him.
Yeah. What do you assume is its language? And you see the toads going like. "Rawr, rawr, rawr." Next up is the dead bullywug. He's dead. I just said what they are. That's fine. He's dead. Next up is Oleg.
Okay. Quick glance around. Have my colleagues been injured significantly? Like the Hobbit dancing on the frog?
You've just seen the halfling pull herself out of the frog's mouth. She's looking like exerted, I guess, to an extent, but also kind of focused. But you can see that she has taken cuts and bruises and had a spear at one point sticking out of her leg. So she has taken a few. You see Hikari has also taken a few, but is looking a lot more determined now and is managing to, deal with his situation. So glancing with your experience, you'd probably see that the halfling is the worse for wear.
Okay. I'm going to move away from the guy that I'm in melee contact with. I can't disengage.
Yep.
I'm just going to move away from him. If he wants to
Okay.
take an
Where
opportunity
are
to-
you heading?
I'm moving to get into melee with the frog, basically just one space.
Yeah, sure. He's absolutely
can-
going to make an attack against you.
Yeah, but-
Two-handed spear attack. That is a 17 to hit.
yeah, that hits.
That hits. Two-handed, so it's 1d8 plus 1. Ooh, that's 8 points of damage. 8 points of piercing
Jesus.
damage into... He kind of finds the spot your shield now being at the front, he kind of glances you and it kind of gets you in the side of your stomach. It's kind of just like the belly fat area, but it kind of glances through a bit of your bark and stabs you as you kind of stumble away from that.
I think 8 points. It goes all the way through me.
Oh no! What's your HP?
13.
Okay, you're good. You're still alive. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. I'm going to reach out and hopefully if I can actually touch. If not, I will use my movement to jump and touch the... I keep forgetting, is it halfling?
Halfling.
What am I touching?
Halfling. Yeah, you
Halfling,
reach
yeah.
out.
Yeah, halfling. Sorry, it's late at night. And
No
I'm going
worries.
to cast Cure Wounds at level
Ooh, God
Okay.
bless.
That's
cool.
the best I can do.
Go for it. I will say, this is such a sight of you reaching up as the halfling is kind of like bull riding this frog.
Still, I'm trying to.
You do manage to grab her long enough to cast the spell, so it's all
11. I got an 8.
good. Whoa!
Ooh.
So
Damn! Damn,
Oh my
damn.
God.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'm back up
that
to
was
full. I
worth it.
love
It was
you.
worth taking 8 points of damage in order to deal with the 8
Yeah.
points.
Thank you so much.
Positive
Soul's
exchange.
like, thank you. God damn.
Up next is this guy.
And I've still got a bonus
Oh,
action.
I'm so sorry. I'm so excited.
No, it's okay. Yeah, fuck it. All in. I'm gonna use the bonus action to cast Healing Word on...
You've already
I forgot
cast a
his name
spell
again.
this round.
Hikari.
Hikari? Yeah, oh, can I not use...
Yeah.
No, you can't
Oh, yeah,
cast
it's because I cast a
twice.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Skip. You're up.
Okay. Up next is this creature here. It's going to move up. It's stuck to my finger. It's going to move up, running as far away from the terrifying turtle it can, towards you, Oleg. It's going to make 2 attacks. One with its bite. That is a 12 to hit. Misses, and that's a 12 to hit with the spear. So misses again. So it goes in for the bite. You kind of, having just healed, see it just in time and smack it back with your shield, and same again with its spear attack. I'm just going to quickly check. Can they do anything else? No. Cool. Great. So it misses both its attacks. It also starts calling out, like in its gibberish kind of language, like, and you hear them kind of all cackling and joining in on the call. Next up is Gema.
Would it be an action to try and like do insight to work out if they're just calling out like to each other or if they're like trying to sound an alarm?
It would be an
Would that
action
be
if
an
you're
action?
that would
Okay.
yeah, you'd be taking the time to really think about it.
Yeah, that's okay. I am going to. Oh gosh, I don't know how to play D&D. I'm going to. It's funny, but it's true. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to
Yeah.
get close enough to cast Fairy Fire on these 3. So the 2
Like
grungs.
all of them, or the 2 and the
Well,
frog?
it's only 20 foot, so I think it would just be those 3.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the one up on the rock.
Yep. What's the casting range of Fairy Fire?
I actually think I could probably do it. It's 60 feet, and then
Easy.
it's a 20-foot cube.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I had cubes. I don't know where they've gone. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, easy. You can get all 3 of them in there.
Okay.
So
Well,
you cast Fairy Fire. What color is your Fairy Fire? What would you like it to be?
ooh, yeah, it's like a bioluminescent green color. And yeah, so like I have a crystal, and I'm like, we need to be able to see and hit them, and
Accurate.
yeah, that's what the spell does. And so yeah, on those 3, and I don't think I have a bonus action. Can I? I'm gonna move so that this is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna move so that the frog is flanked.
Yep, so you can, I don't think your mini will fit quite in there, but yeah, you can move up there. So you see as Gima casts this spell...
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
That's fine. You see as Gima casts this spell, this kind of sparkle of light spreads out of there and twinkles down, and it dissipates into the ground, but you notice on the large frog and these two creatures, it kind of sticks, and they have these sparkles of green luminescent light all over their body, and they really stand out. They stand out quite a bit at this point.
So it means any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. So you all have advantage now. So I didn't need to move this close to this frog, but I've done it now.
Yeah. And
wait. Any creature, they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. Yes. Alright, so they will each make one then. That's good to know. Let's go with the two creatures first. So this guy, that's a 15.
Yeah.
What's your save?
That passes. That's
okay.
Safe.
He's fine. Next one is an 18. He's fine. Giant frog rolled a 15. Sorry.
My spell means nothing.
Unfortunately,
it looked cute.
That is what it would look like if they then kind of shake and the lights fall off their body.
But at least I've flanked the giant.
You have,
frog,
yes,
so-
you have flanked the giant frog.
Oh man, that felt so good for like a whole 5 seconds. Now
I'm
I
so
don't
sorry.
like D&D at all.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're right. This is me.
At least you played honest and you didn't just hide that fact from the games master.
Oh, I'm sure the chat would have yelled at me if I'd been like, yeah, fairy fire, that just works. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it just works. It sticks to everything.
Advantage on
Goes- yeah,
everything.
so- Oh, by the way, it's got 100 d10 damage.
Yeah, perfect. Next up, you see this, what you assume to be the leader. He's the one that's been speaking the most. He is going to run up over here to flank you, Oleg. And as he does, he's running up and he's saying, "You won't take our prince! He is ours! Intruders! Get out!" And he's going to...
I told you to shoot. Why have you not shoot?
He's going to bite at you with advantage. Ooh. Rolled pretty low, but that one's alright. 18 to hit.
On me, yeah.
Yeah. That is 2 points of damage. And then he's going to take his second attack, which is a two-handed spear attack, also with advantage. Ooh. That is 14 to hit.
That misses.
Misses. I can't do maths, and now I am broadcasting that to the world. Excellent. You did... Okay, yep, so he misses. So he takes the bite and he calls out and he says, yeah, you won't take our prince. Let me just check, sorry, one thing.
True love's kiss. We must free the prince. Gima.
Who
Yeah.
wants to kiss the giant toad? It's not gonna be me.
He's gonna use the rest of his turn to just shout out in the language that you don't understand, but he's just going... This is just an excuse for me to make that noise. It's really fun. Cool. That's the end of his turn. Next up, back to the top of the turn. I didn't forget anyone? No? Cool. Solace. Ace, your turn.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Can I tell how badly Oleg is hurt from where I am? Would I be able to tell that?
You would have probably looked at him as he healed you, and then almost immediately after he healed you, you see that big creature run down and just jumps and bites onto his shoulder and kind of rips away. And you see part of the bark and that the vines kind of tear, and he takes...
He doesn't look bothered by it though.
Okay, he's like...
Still got that grim,
Oh,
resigned
I'll reenact
acceptance,
that.
Like, yeah, shit happens. Yeah.
But does the injury look pretty bad?
It looks
yeah.
kind of gross.
It
It's
looks-
covered in slime. Like, these
Alright.
guys don't have clean
So-
mouths. You want to
So Ace is
disinfect
gonna
that.
look at the frog and then look at the guy who just bit Oleg, and can she jump off the frog and just bring the hammer down, like jumping onto it? Potentially.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
smash.
I'll say, because you can make that movement, and for flavor, absolutely, you just leap, and you. Sorry, it's getting a bit tricky with these squares.
Please hit.
You just come raining down with your hammer. Go for an attack.
You get advantage. No, you don't.
You don't get advantage. You could take advantage.
Maybe. Okay.
You do have reckless.
That is. I do
Wait,
have reckless. I already rolled. It's fine.
Do you have reckless?
That is
Yes.
going to be a 19.
Hits. Easy. These guys
Tight,
are
okay.
soft. They are kind of wearing some very basic armor, almost a little bit like Oleg, very basic kind of bark armor, but they're pretty soft. Yes.
All right, and I was holding it with both hands, so that's going to be
Two-handed?
a D10.
Nice.
Two-handed, double-handed swing. Oh, cool. That's 2,
+2.
plus 2, and then plus another. Is it? I get the 2, and then I get the +2 with the weapon, and then I get another +2 because I'm raging, right?
You get +2 melee damage, yeah. So you get +2,
Okay,
+2.
So that's 6.
6 points of damage. Nice.
Yeah,
He
could've been
looks
better, but you know.
This is the first time he's been bloodied, but that rocks him a bit. Like, you get the sense that these guys don't have very strong bones. They look kind of pathetically weak anyway, and as you kind of crush down on it, it's just like, ah! kind of crushes a bit down, but then...
As he croaks,
yeah.
as he croaks, I'm gonna go back, off, thanks.
It kind of like turns and hisses at you. Next up is the giant frog. In a state of dazed confusement, having its meal plucked from its jaws, it's going to focus its attention on the thing directly in front of it, which is
Gima.
Gima. Gima, this giant frog is going to take a bite at you. Natural 20.
Hits.
Yep. You'll know if I get a natural 20 because I'll go silent really quickly and then just smile. So it's going to take its bite. That is... Ooh. Rolled a 5 and a 6. That's 11 plus 1. So 12 points of piercing damage against you, Gima. And you are grappled. Oh, have we frozen? Oh no, are we there? Ah! Okay, I think the movement's just frozen for a second. Sorry, guys. What is going on there? Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay, sorry, it just froze on my screen for a moment.
All good.
Looks alright. Oh, our characters are beside us. I just saw that. That's so cute.
Alright, are we... I'll just quickly check. Are we moving again, stream? Just give us a heads up.
Yeah, we're moving.
Okay, excellent. Sweet. Yeah, so that was 12 points of damage to you. You are grappled as well in this frog's mouth. Kind of a lot more awkwardly than it was with the halfling. But you yourself are kind of a light turtle. You don't have a massive shell, despite what this mini looks like. You don't have a massive shell, so you kind of are just slip sliding right on in there.
Yeah, man, I'm a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yep. Going down that frog
Yes.
sewer drain. Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. That is the giant frog's turn. Next up is Sakari.
All right. After shoving off the bite from this creature, I will do another quick flourish with my kunai and go for like a slice across the throat to
Go
finish
for
him
it.
off.
What's a kunai?
It's like a smallish, monkish dagger.
Mm.
Ah,
You ever
okay.
watch Naruto?
Yeah. Think like a Japanese
15,
style dagger.
Natural 15 plus 4, 19.
19 total.
Yep, 19
Yep.
whole total.
Absolutely
hit,
hits. Yep.
All right. And 5 slashing, piercing, death to bullywog damage.
Death to bullywog damage.
5.
Absolutely. You stab into it and you get kind of right in its ribs, aiming upwards towards its heart, and it lets out a pitiful croak as it falls down, bleed on the ground. Spin it around.
And with another quick flourish, flicking off some of the slime,
Yep, lots of slime.
I will turn around and then dash towards the closest bullywog, the leader,
Yep, the leader bullywug. Yep, you could,
Yep.
because you were there, if you...
Oh, flank.
If you are like-minded,
Okay,
which you
yeah.
are, you could get there
Yeah.
and flank. Absolutely, yep.
I'll move through the bushes, and then
Mhm.
bonus action, clock him in the back of the
Go
head
for it.
with my unarmed strike. 10 total.
10 misses, unfortunately. He's
Oh,
kind of...
wait, advantage,
oh.
advantage.
No, they don't
Sorry.
have advantage.
What? I'm not flanking?
Oh, flanking! Yeah, sorry. I was like, no, the Fairy Fire failed.
It was the
Yeah, I
same.
was thinking
It
about Fairy Fire
It was
too.
the same. It was the same.
It was the same?
Oh,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of just regaining itself from the crumpling attack that Ace had thrown on. So as you go to punch, it kind of just like, sways out of the way a bit. Quite pathetically, but to its advantage. Next up, Dead Bullywug. Oleg, your turn.
Okay, the guy that the boss.
It's probably getting a little bit tricky. I can try and... Ooh, action cam. Action cam.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the boss that everybody's fighting. I mean, I'm going to turn around to him and say, "Look, I have told you 3 times now. Will you please shoo?"
Perfect. Yep.
And I cast Banish.
Toll the dead.
Ooh, nice.
So he has to make a wisdom save, DC 13.
Wisdom save. These guys are averagely wise. He rolled a 5. And he has been injured, so I believe that's a D12, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, it's a D12.
Oh,
Ooh, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Toll the Dead is
Toll
great
that
when it
bell.
works.
Is it just a D12? Yeah, 8.
8 points of damage.
8.
Damn. Right.
How do you describe this spell working? Do you just want like the big, loud boom?
No, as the accentuation to the shoo. I want to
Oh!
shoo.
That's perfect.
Reverberate around it.
And that's what happens as you say shoo, and the doom kind of sound of the bell rings through. You see the bullywug kind of swaying in pain from the initial attack, kind of looks up and just, and you see kind of like little pops around its head as its very kind of naturally reverby body kind of pops a little bit as it falls over dead. With a couple of
great.
echoing
He
rivets
doesn't
in
take
his
great
body.
happiness in this, but it's a slight smile on the side of his lips.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
told you, shoo.
There is like a slight kind of
yes.
ribbit echoing in its body, like as it fades out. Excellent. That is your action. Any bonus action?
No, that's me done.
Nope. All right. Next up is. Oh, yep. Sorry, I need to kill that one on my screen, so I know he's gone. Next up is this bullywug, who has yet to take any damage, seeing you kill its leader and seeing you all dispose of its allies. He gonna disengage and run away.
Run, motherfucker! Run and
He's
hide!
gonna run in this direction. 5, 10,
Sorry,
15,
not,
20.
That's not like.
He's going to use his action
That was
to
hosting.
disengage, so he can't dash. Actually, you know what? He's going to dash, which means you can get an opportunity attack on him, Oleg, because he's just trying to get as far away as he
Oh,
can,
yes.
as quickly as possible.
Bitch runs
Oh,
away from me.
you can't see him now.
That's a 14.
Was I close enough?
14, you weren't, no. 14 doesn't hit, unfortunately. And he makes his way up here, you see. And he's like, kind of scrambling up the trunk and gets up to about there. After his turn,
Just climb the tree.
he's climbing the stump and he's making his way towards the back of it. You can actually see, and you definitely saw on your time on top of the giant frog, there appears to be like crates and cages and kind of sacks placed on top of the stump. I should have described that. I'm describing it now. You can kind of see all kinds of things, and he's kind of making his way towards that. Yeah, Gema, your turn.
Okay, so do I need to do like a strength save to get out of a
Yes,
grapple?
so you are currently grappled. You can make a strength save to escape if you like. You can also still attack inside if you like, but you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh no, choices are hard. Okay, I think I'm trying to decide whether to do Fey presence and like charm this big frog, or not. That's basically what I'm thinking. And
Fey presence?
I am going to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna react on reflex and try and get out.
Try and get out? Alright, make a strength save. Strength save. Wait, did I make a strength? Yeah, strength check. My bad, sorry. Strength check. To try and escape. 8. You are still within the mouth of this frog, unfortunately. It's just not quite strong enough. It's having lost two of its meals now. It is clamping down hard on top of you, not willing to let go. You have a bonus action, if you have anything.
I have I have magic stones, but I think they're an action to throw, not a bonus action. And I have expeditious retreat, which is useless right now. So no, I'm good.
I'll just check that about magic stone because it is a bonus action to cast. I'm just checking. Make a ranged spell attack. So I imagine that would be an action. Yeah. I'll double check that for future, but I think that's probably an action. All right. Yeah. So that's your turn. All right. The other bullywug is dead. Top of the round, Solace, you are up.
All right, I'm going to take another close my eyes for another time. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and I'm going to recklessly attack the big frog.
The big old frog.
I'm gonna baseball swing right at its stomach, two-handed, and say, "Spit her out." See if I hit. Come on, baby. Look good.
Kind of soft. It's not wearing any armor.
It looks like a 10.
Oh, a little bit harder than that. It misses, unfortunately. Just
Doing great.
Just off. Yeah, you do actually hit it, but it kind of hitting its belly, its big bulbous belly. It kind of it kind of just ripples.
Hits you back in the face. Oh,
yeah. Shoots your hammer back towards you. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a miss. It is now the...
Oh, wait!
Oh!
Hold on. I'm sorry. I recklessly attacked. I should have gotten advantage. I was so dumb.
Go for it.
Sorry.
No. Sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
I knew I wasn't gonna... Okay. 14.
14 hits.
Yes.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I can play this game. I know how to play.
It kind of like, it hits the belly, it rebounds into the ground, and then rebounds back into it for the hits.
Take it this way. Come on, big damage. All right, so that is 6 plus 2 plus 2, 10 points of damage.
Oh yes, 10 points of damage. Oof.
Yes.
Yeah, as you kind of get that final swing in on it, and you hit the belly, it spits Gema out. Kind of like onto her shell. Covered in slime, she kind of like slides a little bit back. But the frog very much is just... And you think you might have hit some internal organs there as it kind of just sinks and sags. Have you ever seen like those blobfish that live deep sea underground?
Yeah.
But when they're brought up, they kind of like...
Depressurized.
Yeah, so it's kind of just sinks down as it dies.
Don't put things in your mouth.
As it dies.
As it goes dead. Yeah, you absolutely destroyed
I killed it?
You did.
God damn.
Yeah. I'll get better with my desk descriptions. But yeah, you straight up
I'm happy.
murdered that frog.
Fuck yeah.
We are still in combat as there is still a creature on the board. Hikari, it is your turn.
Has that one been hit at all?
He has not. Or not that you've seen.
Oh, okay. Then I will look to the party, do a quick flourish, flash a smirk. I've got this one, and I dash after.
Oh, please miss
dash
now.
after the boy.
You can easily get up there with your 40 feet of movement.
And I will unleash upon him.
Do it.
First is 20 total.
Oh yeah, that hits.
for 5 damage.
5 damage.
Next attack is only 12.
That misses, unfortunately. So.
Okay, then I will spend a key point,
Ooh.
breathe for a second, and go for Flurry of Blows, another
Key points.
swing. For a total of 20 total to hit.
Yeah.
Just quickly, sorry, just because I figure out monks, that second attack you have, does that use a bonus action? You make one
Yes.
unarmed strike as bonus. So Flurry of Blows is also a
I
bonus
have to-
action.
Correct.
Yeah.
I do not cast Flurry of Blows. I have to
Yeah.
declare that before.
Yeah.
That is correct.
No worries. Cool. So yeah, so that one unarmed strike unfortunately misses as it ducks out of the way. Next up is that was you, Oleg. How you doing? Your turn.
Yes, I'm here. I'm definitely here. I'm definitely concentrating on the battle and everything at hand. I know everything that's going on here.
I'm seeing you in the chat a lot.
I know. I've got nattering in chat.
It's so good.
It's 3 a.m. here, and I'm
No.
pretty drunk right now. So, does anybody need healing? Does anybody need killing?
One
There
guy
is
needs killing.
there is some killing to be done. Yep.
As for
Is the-
healing, probably only Gima is
I'm
in rough shape.
Fine.
Or is he currently doing? Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
so quickly looking around, quick assessment of his party that's with him. Is Gima injured?
Yeah.
You'd see that she
Okay,
you
without
saw she
question,
got chomped.
Gima.
Yeah.
He goes straight over to Gima, very, very concerned.
Oh.
He's going to reach out and rest his hand on her shoulder and say, "Are you okay?" as he casts Healing Word at level 1.
Oh.
It was
Adorable.
trying to swallow me.
Sorry, no,
I was inside it.
Damn in its mouth.
Yeah, well, you managed to get out. Hopefully you'll be okay.
Oh.
That's amazing. How much did you heal for? Sorry.
That is a 4 plus 3, 7.
7. Nice. Nice. All right. That's your turn.
Thank you.
That's me done.
Perfect. It is back to the final bullywog. The final bullywog. It is going. Oh, sorry. I won't break out into song that often. I promise. I can't. Actually, I can't promise that. I probably will.
Don't promise it. It's fine.
It knowing that this monk is behind it, it is going to disengage and run, not off the stump like you would imagine, but it's going to disengage and run and start rummaging through the sacks, kind of making really concerned noises. And it's going to, yep, you see it kind of grab something from the pile, but that is its movement to get there. Next up, I'm just actually going to... Ooh, interesting. Next up is... Gima. I needed to name these characters. Oh, well. Gima, you are up.
All right. I would like to get to within 10 feet of the one that's alive, and I can use Expeditious Retreat, which is a bonus action, to get there.
Okay, let me read the spell, or you can read it to us.
I can read it, yeah. This spell allows you to move an incredible place when you cast the spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can use the dash action.
Okay.
But it's a casting time is a bonus action.
You can take... Oh, so you can take the dash action as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So when you cast... Cool. So you can dash. So what's your full movement generally?
30.
30, so you can move 60. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then you want to get right up to it?
Within 10 feet.
Within 10 feet. There you go. Roughly
and
within 10
then-
feet, yeah, we'll say.
I'm going to use my action to cast Fey Presence to try and charm it,
Interesting.
which is a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, so is that all creatures?
Backstory.
Sorry?
Is that all creatures that works on? You cause a creature, perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
creature.
Wisdom save, you said.
Yeah. Just fail it for me.
Let's see how wise... I said they've got a 10 for wisdom. I rolled a 3. It is charmed. by you. It kind of
Awesome.
goes, let me just check. Fairy presence, yeah. Oh, yeah, charmed or frightened. So it's charmed by you.
Yeah.
So you see it kind of like relaxes a bit as it stands back, and it's holding this bundle in its arms. And it's just like, what? Yeah. I mean, can I just go, please? And you see this bundle in its arms is like wriggling around. That's the end of your turn.
No.
Is it a baby?
I think
Oh no.
that's everything I can do.
Is it
But
the
this
prince?
creature, this creature now can't attack
Yep.
me.
Yep.
And also, I have advantage on social things with it.
Okay, yeah, no social, yeah. No worries. Socialize with that bullywog.
Go for a drink.
Ability check to interact socially with the creature.
Cool, no worries. At the top of the initiative order, you see that this kobold, not kobold, it's a kobold mini, this bullywog is wrestling with this thing that it's holding in its arms, and it's kind of calmed down a bit, now feeling less threatened by you, but whatever's in its arms is getting more and more agitated. And you see rising from this kind of wrapping in its arms, this, I guess you could call it a head, this kind of stumpy looking fleshy mass just peeks out. It's kind of got this dark blue tinge to it, and it lunges at the bullywog. And
At the bullywog.
it's got kind of like this leech face. I don't know if you can see that. This kind of no, and it
What
is
is
going
that?
to
Is that a
lash
worm?
out and bite at this bullywog that's holding it. Holy crap! It got a 21 to hit.
What the fuck is that fucking thing?
That is
Oh no.
4 points of damage to the bullywog. He's still standing, but now has this creature latched onto it, and it's like, ah!
Whoa.
Ah! Ah! That's not the voice I make. Ah! Ah! I forgot how to make bullywog sounds, but it is freaking out. It has this tabble latched onto it, and yeah, that's its turn. I think, just remind me, with your charm, it's only if, yeah, so it's still technically charmed by you because this thing is not an ally of you. You have not attacked it. But yeah, that is that turn. Solace, you're up. You've all seen this. This creature.
We can see this? Okay. Solace is gonna try and just get there. Like, double dash. Just straight on as quickly as she can get to up to where they are.
Yep. 5, 10,
And-
15, 20, 25. It's a little bit like you need to kind of climb here. So you want to dash? 5,
Yeah, I was
10.
gonna double
You
dash.
can get up to him.
I just want to get up to where's Hikari's there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get, yeah, you know what, I'll go stand like by it. I'm not attacking it, but I'm just gonna
By
stand
the
by it.
bullywog or the creature?
Oh, are they not? I thought the
It's
creature's
they're
attached to it.
kind of in the same space, yeah. So if you
Okay,
stand
I'm gonna,
there, you've got 5 feet between you if you want to stand there. But if you want to get
Okay.
into melee, I can move you
I'm okay
closer.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Can I see what it is from this distance, or would that be an action?
No, so you're just looking at it. It is this
Yeah.
kind of 3 foot long, slimy looking tadpole. Now you've seen tadpoles before, like with the kind of the tail sticking out the end. It's got these dark black beaded eyes and this jaw that kind of is now embedded into the neck of the bullywog. It is this dark blue color with kind of specks of red along it, and at some point looking at it, you're not sure where the red is its skin color or streaks of blood. But you see, I'll say, yeah, that's what you see. I'll say, because none of you have really done anything else.
Gross.
So you see this, and it looks like it is pure muscle. It is just like wriggling and kind of really digging into this creature's neck.
Solace is gonna say, drop it?
That's your turn?
Yep.
Excellent. Next up is frogs are dead. Hikari, your turn.
Oh,
you
I think I would
sorry.
lose my rage.
Yes, because
Sorry,
you
I think I
didn't
would lose my
attack.
rage because I haven't attacked
Oh, you haven't been
or
attacked.
taken damage. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
character- yep.
I am thoroughly disturbed about what I'm witnessing,
good.
having not seen something like this before.
Ooh.
But I shake it off and run up and like tumble over the crates and stuff.
Yep.
And slash down with my kunai, doing another quick flourish, and then slicing down.
Are you attacking the
frog man?
frog boy? Attacking the frog boy. Go for it.
Frogger be gone. 21 total.
Yep, hits.
And damage is 4 death to bullywog damage.
Death to bullywog damage, indeed. Would you like to describe how you kill it?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I should have done that before. I keep forgetting.
As I sprint and tumble up the crate, the boxes, I do a little leap with the momentum of running, like toss my kunai into the air with a little flourish, and then as it comes down, I come down with the kunai and stab into its head.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of, once again, soft bones, just kind of dig into it to the point where your fist starts like sinking into the flesh a bit as well. And you hear it kind of like croak as it goes down, very loud creatures like arr, arr. And as soon as that happens, the creature attached to it releases and kind of lands on the ground and kind of swivels around and focuses its attention on you. Is that your turn? You do have your bonus action.
No, it doesn't. Oh, that's right. Bonus action.
Croaking all over the place.
Assessing the situation, I will spend a key point to patient defense, sort of pacing back and forth a little bit in place, sort of looking at this thing.
Great. All right. Next up is Oleg. Oleg, just before your turn, I will say, because you are nearest... Actually, well, no, you tell me what you want to do first, and then I'll let you know. What would you like to do, Oleg?
Sorry, take a quick glance around of my surroundings.
Hey. Looking around, you see, obviously, all the dead bullywogs and the dead frog, and you see the body of what you presume to be Jaina on the ground. Massively bloodied, completely slimy from being in the frog. Make a medicine check for me. This won't count as your action. I'll just say a very quick glancing medicine check.
At first, I forgot that Oleg was over by the frog's dead body, and I thought you were referring to like the worm leech tadpole thing, and I was like, "That's Jaina." Then I realized.
Man, he looks different than I thought.
Dang.
18.
18, nice. Looking at Jaina as you're kind of likely preparing to move on, you can see that they are covered in blood, and you kind of make a quick connection of, we saw a lot of blood there before. Looking at their chest, you see there is a gaping hole in their chest. Massive in size. And with an 18, you see that chest is opened outwards. It's not as if something has caved the chest in. That chest is caved outwards. But you can take your turn.
No.
Yeah, okay, I would move my full movement towards my friends and comrades battling.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you kind of like just up on the stump.
Can I see this thing?
Oh yeah. Actually, no. I'd say with Hikari in the way, it's kind of behind the boxes a bit. It would have 3/4 cover. And even then, it's kind of a bit hard to see. So, yeah, it's very... You can kind of just make out that there's something there. You can't see it clearly.
Could I cast Sacred Flame on it?
Sacred Flame.
Because it says flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see.
Make a perception check. I'll say you were quite far away when it happened. I'll give you a chance to check for it. I'll say, with where it is, you needed 15 or higher. What'd you get?
19.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'll say you can see
Rolled
it.
a 14, I got 5.
You can just see enough of it to do a sacred flame. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's a dex save, DC 13.
Dex save. Ooh, dexterous.
Set it on fire,
It's
please.
it's quite dexterous, but it got a 6. Oh, but it has
D8.
advantage on saving throws against spells. So, natural 20.
How does it have advantage? It's a fucking slug.
Oh, that was like a yo-yo.
It just be like it do.
Yeah, it like flops.
It just be like it
Wiggly
do.
slug.
Yeah. So the sacred flame descends upon it, and it manages to slime its way out of the way quickly. But
Bastard.
the magic kind of just dissipates around it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
Glad I
what
remembered that. Excellent. That is your turn. Gima, you're up.
Yeah.
Accurate.
I agree.
Accurate.
I agree.
Understandable, yeah.
I guess quarter stuff worked. Hang on.
See if I can get in closer here.
Oh yeah.
It's not perfect, but
It's like a news helicopter
Yeah.
following the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
All
I can
right,
just do
we
this.
definitely want to kill it.
Ah!
I think because it is
Mistake.
You think?
not
The
cool.
chance
So yeah,
for
So
2
I-
seconds.
I have a witch bolt, so I'd like a chance to fail another spell. Please.
Oh no. Which bolt?
I believe in you.
Go
Cross
for
your
it.
fingers, everybody.
So
can do
it's
it.
a attack. So
Yep. Roll to hit.
Yes, 19.
19.
Fuck yeah!
Absolutely hits. Roll your damage.
Woo! So excited. Okay, and then yeah. Okay, so 8.
What type of damage is
Eight
this?
Damage.
What type of damage is Witch Bolt? Is it
Lightning.
lightning?
Lightning damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see it like strikes this creature, and a lot of the sparks kind of spark off it. It doesn't seem to take quite as much
Oh,
damage as you would suspect.
Yeah, what a bastard.
It's not one of these things that splits in half if you hit it with lightning damage.
Suddenly, 10 of
I think
them
that's-
appear.
I think this might be lurking.
Whack-a-moling it.
Yeah, so it kind of shrugs that off, but it is angry. It's now kind of focusing attention between you and Hikari. With its kind of like, even looking at its eyes, it kind of looks like it's probably blind, but it is focusing on both of you. Anything else, Gima, on your turn?
Oh, hang on. I take
Hang on.
that all back
Okay.
because I did
Oh, you don't have a spell slot.
I don't have a spell slot.
Oh.
I'm really sorry.
Oh no.
No, you've got. Oh, because you did Fairy Fire.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
am legitimately new at playing a character in D&D. I apologize.
That is
everyone.
okay. Forget the fact that
Okay,
it has
roll for the
resistance.
timeline.
Oh, I can't
Igno-
believe that hit. That was so painful.
Ignore the resistance.
It's okay.
Everyone use lightning.
seems like a good idea.
Probably right.
Cool.
All
Alright.
Okay. Can I still take an action?
Yeah, sure.
As punishment?
No. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That
I'll
happens.
just hit it with my crossbow.
Yep.
No, not my crossbow. My quarterstaff.
Okay.
I got
So
9.
you're gonna have to walk up to it. You got 9.
Yeah.
That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's it.
You're thinking in your head running up like, oh, I wish I could do Witch Bolt, and in that confusion, you kind of miss it. That is the end
Slug
of.
is like doing a little dance on the ground, dodging all this.
It's a slimy little fucker. Next up, top of the initiative order, it is the slimy little fucker's turn. It is going to focus its attention.
Uh-oh.
On the one that killed the thing it was sucking on. It's going to lunge for you, Hikari, with a bite attack.
Oh wait, but I'm like,
You do have patient defense, so that's disadvantage on the attack.
yes.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's cocked. It's not going to be good anyway because that was a 5. Great. 9 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. It kind of lunges for you, but you use your monk shit to get out of the way. That's
I do
the
so.
accurate description of what happens. Excellent. That's its turn. It's not going to move. It is just angry and wanting to bite.
Wait on it.
Ace, you're up.
Ace is gonna look at it. God. It was all wrapped up. It looks like a tadpole. She's trying to figure out if it's actually just like a really weird, angry baby, or if it's like.
Make a nature check. I'll give you a freebie. Make a nature check.
Okay. Come on, baby.
An angry baby.
An angry baby.
There's a lot of them in forest.
What'd you get, sorry?
One day, found a weird angry baby.
13.
Yes.
You have been in the forest before. You've come across bullywugs before. They're kind of rampant in the areas where you kind of grew up. You've seen baby bullywugs. This is not a baby bullywug. This is a freak of nature, what you are facing right now.
She's just got whack-a-mole in the ground with her.
Go for it. It's in the perfect position to whack-a-mole, so go for it.
Fantastic. Come
You
on,
check
baby.
the vibe. Bad vibe.
Bad vibe. That is a 14 to hit.
A 14 to hit. That hits. Do your own damage.
Come on, baby.
Come on, kill this
That is
baby.
good. That is 9 plus 2 plus 2. That's 13 points of damage.
You're not raging anymore. Or did you rage before?
I fucked up. Yep, it's 11.
11. Cool. 11 points of
Got to
damage.
rage. Can I rage now?
I'll say try to rage before you attack. Generally.
Understandable.
Yeah, so you swing your Warhammer down for 11 points of damage. It kind of just splits and spreads all over the stump that it's sitting on. In a very kind of disgusting way. It is well dead. You look and you kind of lift up your hammer a bit and there is just kind of liquid hanging off it. So, yeah. I'm just gonna...
Bad. Ooh, bad.
Change that a bit.
Ooh, don't
Yeah,
like.
you pick it up and you see there's just like these blue chunks kind of falling off it. Didn't make any noise as you killed it. Just quietly went to sleep forever.
Okay.
You
so
also
I'm gonna
whack-a-mole
turn around
it,
and
so
start
it kind of...
wiping the hammer on like the grass.
Yeah, you find like a bit of mossy section of the stump and you begin wiping it down. And you guys have successfully, well, whether it's a success or not, you have defeated the people attacking you. Yeah.
We've done something, that's for sure.
Well done, guys.
I'm wondering, how are we going for time? We're never...
about 3 hours 30.
We might wrap it up there then, at the end of this combat. We'll close... We'll close this chapter of our very first session of Hit Dice Heroes as the party have successfully taken out some rather brutish bullywugs and a mysterious, creepy creature here in the swamps. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this
Thank you, guys.
first stream. We were super excited to get started. I had a ball. I had so much fun. But no, I hope you guys had a great time. Please give us a follow on Twitch so you know that when we go live again. Check out our Twitter and Instagram. We post all kinds of social things on there. So thankful and grateful for the support that we've received so far. You guys are all incredible. I've been watching the chat. I haven't really been reading the chat. I haven't had a chance, but I've been watching the chat go off. Thank you so much, one, to our mod, Wehamara, my brother. Thank you, Craig. Make sure you thank your Craigs, everyone. It's been so helpful to have you in the chat doing that, and also being a sounding board as I've been preparing for this game. Thank you once again to our incredible artist, Rysaie Arts.
Yes.
Go
Yes.
check out her stuff. It is insane. It is so wonderful. I'll link it all on Instagram and Twitter as well for you guys to check out. But incredible, just incredible artist. Like, so
Fantastic.
kind of
Yeah.
glad that she
Big
agreed.
Congratulations and thanks to Alana for her first live
Yeah,
stream.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
So
Amazing.
Yeah.
In front of just
Incredible
way too
work.
many people.
Really
Way
good
too
work.
many people.
Live stream.
So
Yeah.
good.
We were building
You
up to this
handled it so
stream,
goddamn well.
watching the followers go
Yeah.
up, going like, no, stop, please, stop, no. That's enough. But yes, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me on this trek. I freaking love your characters so much already. I'm excited for you to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why is there an alien?
Our next
Can we
stream,
just go back to huffing sawdust? I think
Yeah,
that's always
the
better.
simpler times where
That
we were
was
making crowns
truly a
out of bark.
Hikari adventure.
30 minutes ago. Let's just go back to that.
As I said at the start of the stream, our next stream will be in a fortnight or 2 weeks' time. So that will be the 16th, 17th of May, because we are an international group. So depending where you are, I'll put the times on our Twitch schedule. Yeah, unless there's anything anyone else wants to say, this has been really fun. I'm really excited to keep going
Super
with the story.
excited.
Thank you again to the chat for sticking around. If you missed any of it, it will be up on our YouTube
Thanks,
channel
chat.
in a few days' time. But yeah,
Yes.
apart from that,
Yeah, and make sure to, I know Alana already said it, but make
Mhm.
sure to follow us on Twitter
Yes.
and Instagram at Hit Dice Heroes. That's where you'll get any other updates about when we're going live and where that you can watch the video and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
excellent. All right. Well, we will catch you all in 2 weeks' time. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and thank you so much
Wash your hands.
for joining. Wash your hands. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye,
See you
guys.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.